KJFM Radio, Eagle 102.
It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 high school football game of the week is on the air. Tonight's game, featuring the best of area high school football, is sponsored by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Hogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Now, the Eagle 102 game of the week.
And welcome to Bowling Green for Week 8 action on Eagle 102. Mark Fronick here in the broadcast booth, getting ready for the 2-5 Bowling Green Bobcats and the 2-5 Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks. Big rivalry game tonight. Both of these teams looking for a push going into the last couple of weeks of the season. So it's a big one tonight. This is crunch time for football teams trying to get some district seeding, and both of these teams have a lot of talent, but just haven't gotten the results that they want or are used to this season. So this is a big-time matchup for these two teams. And not only is it senior night here tonight, it's also alumni night. They'll be doing an alumni program at halftime. It's veterans night. You got junior high band here to play the anthem. There are a lot of folks crammed in here tonight, so a good home atmosphere for the Bobcats. And then you look on the other side, and you've got Clopton-Elsberry coming in here. They want to win back that trophy down there and get a win over their former head coach, who's now an assistant with the Bowling Green Bobcats. So a lot of storylines going into this one. We'll sort them out as we go along here on the Eagle 102 pregame, and starting lineups, keys to the game, all that still to come here on KJFM.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show, sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
And welcome back to Bowling Green High School as we get ready for Week 8 action here in the state of Missouri as the 2-5 Bowling Green Bobcats take on the 2-5 Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks. Senior night, and what did I count, 17 seniors on this Bowling Green team. Jim Ross, that's a lot that you're going to lose from the lineup next season.
There's a bunch of them lined up out there for sure. And when you lose that kind of senior class, it'll have an effect on you. In fact, Coach K in the preseason was hoping that these seniors would be quite a base and a backbone for their season this year, because he knew, he had all this experience. And those guys have all had good 4 years and congratulations to them. Maybe they can get a win tonight, huh?
They need a win. Both of these teams need a win. They're pretty much in desperation mode at this point. You look at the game we did last week down at Clopton High School, where the Indianhawks were playing kind of in the first cold night of the year. It was damp, and that high-flying offense was just grounded by Mark Twain. And, boy, the Mark Twain Tigers put out a blueprint for how to beat them. They dropped 8 into coverage in that game, said if you want to run the ball, go ahead and have that. We're going to stop this highly rated, highly regarded passing attack, and they shut down. I don't think Kyle Martin had more than 20 yards receiving in that game.
Yeah, I think if you ask both coaches or either coach, they would tell you they're disappointed at this point in the season. That they were expecting a lot more out of both of these clubs. You talked about how Clopton-Elsberry got shut down last week. The same thing happened to Bowling Green.
Yeah, 6-0.
They got shut down. When's the last time they got shut out by somebody? It's been a while, I would suspect. So yeah, both of these clubs are looking to find their footing on the offensive side. Obviously, the defenses are playing pretty well because Mark Twain only scored 14 against Clopton-Elsberry, and Wright City only 6 against Bowling Green. So the defenses are doing their thing, but the offense. They've got to find their way.
Yeah, in that game, Mark Twain did the same thing they did against Bowling Green on Eagle 102 earlier in the season, where they scored 14 points in the first half, and that was it. Catch up if you can.
Right.
Bowling Green got a win. Clopton-Elsberry couldn't in the cold last week.
And Mark Twain's kind of one of those sneaky teams you got to watch out for in the postseason. I'm guessing they're a club that some of these teams that are looking at that are going to be the higher seeds are going, boy, we really, really don't want to have to play Mark Twain.
And now for our
the whole conference is kind of odd this year. You've got North Callaway and Montgomery County both at 2-5, but sometimes they don't look like, or at 5-2, but they don't really look like 5-2 teams. You got some of the 1-2 win teams that don't look like a 1 or 2 win team.
Right.
I mean, it really, this season more than any other, I think, in recent memory, anyone can win on any given night.
Yeah, I agree, and if it serves me right, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think South Callaway was the odds-on favorite to win the league in the preseason. And they've been getting it handed to them week in, week out in the league as well. So, yeah, it's been a topsy-turvy year for sure. And I guess if you want parity, you've got it, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think that's what they're looking for in high school football necessarily, but that's the way it's played out this year. And I heard you talking as I got in here. Those real jobs getting your way sometimes. About everybody, these next 2 weeks, you're really starting to look at the brackets and the rankings and the points and all the stuff that goes into the district brackets that'll take place in 2 weeks. So that makes this game and next week's game for both of these clubs very important.
Very, very important. We'll take a break. We'll come back with our keys to the game. Starting lineup still to come as well. We're about 20 minutes away from kickoff here from Bowling Green High School in Week 8 on Eagle 102.
See at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Farmers, the crew at Mike's Tire and Service Center is here to serve you. They know the hours you put in, definitely not your typical 8 to 5, which makes it difficult to get that equipment in for service. Therefore, they offer on-the-farm tire repair. Call Mike's Tire and Service Center, and they'll be happy to work with you to get you back to operation as usual. Hi, folks. My name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center, located on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green. Mike's Tire and Service Center proudly supports all area farmers.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 keys to the game.
Well, I already kind of touched on it, Jim, but my key is to follow that blueprint that Mark Twain put up last week, dropping the 8 into coverage, neutralizing that Indian Hawk passing game. Bowling Green needs to follow that formula, and it looks like they have some extra D-backs tonight, so maybe they are going with that kind of defensive front. If that's the case, Clopton-Elsberry is going to need another good performance from Zach Evans. He ran the ball well last week. He's kind of a wide receiver / running back, and he did well. He was the better of the two backs for Clopton-Elsberry. But Jake Reimel, who is kind of the fullback, he needs to be more productive tonight. He needs to bust through that line. He was held in check by whatever was left of the Mark Twain defense that wasn't in pass coverage, and they did a pretty good job stopping him until Evans started carrying the ball and kind of opened things up a little bit. So that's the key kind of on both sides. Bowling Green needs to have that coverage, but still do a good job on that run. Clopton-Elsberry needs to establish their passing game early to open up that running game a little bit as well. And Bowling Green's defensive backs, they're always quick and athletic, but they've got themselves twisted around on the deep balls this year and given up some big plays. They've got to put that in the closet right now.
Well, and if they do take that Mark Twain blueprint, then all of a sudden it becomes what you said. Clopton-Elsberry's got to move the ball on the ground.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to run the foot. If you only got 3 guys on the line rushing, you got to move the football on the ground. If you don't, things aren't going to turn out so well for you.
And Mark Twain, even with so many in pass coverage, did get good pressure and flushed Sean Yates out of the pocket quite a few times last week. So it's I think a lot of pressure on the offensive line for Clopton-Elsberry in this game.
You throw in, this is a rivalry game, of course. The Pike County, one of the Pike County rivalries that we have that will continue to grow over the years, I would suspect. So you add that into the mix with it being senior night, and as we said, 17 seniors. Those guys for Bowling Green are going to be fired up and ready to go. So, we expect a competitive game, but if you go back and look at the scores for the last 3 or 4 years, it really hasn't been competitive. They played twice last year, and Bowling Green won 64-20 and 41-6. The year before that, it was 60-20 Bowling Green, and then the last time Clopton won in this series, they won 42-6. In 2016, I think Bowling Green leads the series at 8 wins to 2 wins for Clopton-Elsberry. So, Clopton-Elsberry wants to get their piece of the pie tonight as well, and what better way to do it than upsetting senior night.
Definitely. Other action around the area tonight. Louisiana was scheduled to play Priory, but that got canceled. Louisiana dealing with too many injury issues right now, and couldn't get 11 men on the field. Van Far 1-6 at Montgomery County. They're 5-2. Mark Twain 3-4 at home against North Callaway, 5-2. Pittsfield at home against Williamson, and Pleasant Hill is at Route tonight. So that's the other action around the area. We'll be looking at sprinkle in some other games of interest as we go along as well. Tomorrow, Class 2 District 5 Softball Championship on KJFM. Number 1 seed Bowling Green, 21-6 on the season, will take on the 15-7 number 2 seed Monroe City Panthers. 10:45 pregame for Montgomery. 11 a.m. is the scheduled first pitch tomorrow at the home of the Wildcats.
That should be a good softball game. And then if I read the brackets right, the winner will go on and face the winner of the Palmyra Highland District. And I don't know if they're playing tonight or tomorrow, but two really good matchups coming up for the Lady Cats on the softball field.
Yep, it doesn't get any easier from this point on.
That's right.
We'll take a break. We'll come back with more of the Eagle 102 pregame show after this.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Some combinations were just meant to go together. Burger and fries.
Order up!
Washer and dryer. Online and dating.
Ooh, swipe right.
At State Farm, there's another combination meant to go together. Home and auto. As in combining your home and auto insurance with one agent. Which leads to another combination, saving dollars and cents. Your State Farm agent is here to help life go right. Combine home and auto and see how much you can save.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Community State Bank of Missouri is here to meet your agricultural needs. This is Earl Niemeyer. We offer a variety of agricultural loans customized to meet the demands of today's complex farm operations. Whether it's to purchase farm equipment or to pay farm operating expenses, a financial package can be developed specific to your operation. Drop by one of our convenient locations and speak with an ag loan specialist today. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Equal opportunity lender.
It's Friday night. The Eagle 102 high school football game of the week is on the air. Tonight's game, featuring the best of area high school football, is sponsored by
Bowling Green Chevrolet, Cellular and Satellite Center, Ingram Plumbing, People's Bank and Trust, Pike County Mutual Insurance, County Market in Louisiana, Bowling Green Pharmacy, Mid-America Auto and Towing, Bank of Louisiana, Pike County Memorial Hospital, Bowling Green Insurance, the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, Community State Bank, Family Drug, Mike's Tire Service, Cindy Blaylock Insurance, Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice, Pogue Ford, Todd Watts Realty, Perkins Electrical Services, All Parts, Young Enterprises Incorporated, Calumet of Missouri, and J&D Tire and Auto.
Now, the Eagle 102 Game of the Week. Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are brought to you by Community State Bank in Bowling Green and Troy.
And before we get into the starting lineups, Elsberry did defeat Valley Park 9-8 in that district championship game. That was just a 4-team district.
That was odd, the way that was set up. First of all, sending Elsberry to the city, because I believe it was played at Valley Park. And then with a 4-team district, I don't know if I've ever, in the lower, I mean, you see that quite a bit in the higher classes and in 6A. But you rarely see that in the lower classes because there's so many schools that play softball. But congratulations to them. Yeah,
I think they're starting to see that shift. More schools going to spring softball, so that might be have something to do with it as well.
Yeah, and there's a fair argument for that. Kind of depends on how you look at it. In the fall season, all these players are coming out of their summer season with their travel league teams, and they're at the peak of where they need to be in terms of skill level. When you play it in the spring, that's the start of the season, although a lot of them play winter ball now, indoor ball. But as a general rule, you're going to see the better softball, I would think, with it in the fall season. But I understand.
Well, and it kind of keeps them aligned with where the colleges are. They play in the spring, so you get a kid out of Missouri that played fall ball for 4 years. It's almost a full year before they play another game of any meaning.
Right. That's the argument for the spring ball for sure. And I don't, it's been fall ball in Missouri for as long as I can remember. And Illinois has been spring ball for ever, I guess, too, so. It'll be interesting to see if that ever has any traction to change to spring.
All right, starters for this ball game. The offensive starters for Clopton-Elsberry. On the offensive line at right guard is number 50, a junior Jacob Martin. The right tackle is number 55, a junior Gabriel Hill. Junior center, number 71, Jacob Polanski. 77 is the left tackle, senior Chance Lucas, and 65 at left guard, junior Riley Walker. The receivers, all wide receivers, number 5, junior Zach Evans. He'll also spend some time at running back. Sophomore number 11, Landon Struess. 13, a senior, Kyle Martin, and 35, a senior, Malik McPike. In the backfield, the running back is a senior, Jake Reimel. He wears number 25, and Sean Yates is the quarterback. He's a senior and wears number 12. The defensive starters for Bowling Green on the defensive line, four-man front. Sophomore, number 33, Charlie Bowen. He's been impressive this year. Senior, number 60, Braden Perez. Senior, number 70, Devin Roan. And a senior, number 80, Matt McDaniel. Linebackers for Bowling Green. Senior, number 17, Deontay Fleming. Senior, number 55, Tristan Charlton. And number 42, a junior, Clay Lazier. In the secondary, a senior, number 1, Hunter Smith. Senior, number 3, Austin Callahan, playing with that cast still. Junior, number 6, Michael Starks. And a senior, number 32, Gavin Dieters. So there's your offensive and defensive starters for this game.
I would guess as a person at home listening to this, if you're not here, it's a perfect night for football, by the way. You might want to get an extra large popcorn and a soda because this game could take a while. Both these teams like to put it up. And if we don't have a bunch of complete passes, this one could go on for a while.
It definitely could. If that clock isn't running all night long, well, then we may be in for a long one.
The officials tonight, Ben Failer, David Schaefer, Mark Butler, Greg Gardner, and Logan Epperson. I believe they're out of the Mark Twain Officials Association, which is out of Northeast Missouri. And so they'll try and keep things under control with the black and white stripes and yellow flags as we go on tonight.
And Bowling Green, they need to come together. The players on the field, they kind of need to become a family tonight. Supporters in the stands need to be supportive. I saw some more things come out from the school district about that this week. And Bowling Green, they kind of got to bring back the spirit of Kaleo Day, bring that love back to the football field that he had in his 4 years here. Now is the time for both of these teams to turn the season around, and to do that, you've got to be a cohesive unit, and we just haven't seen it yet.
No, and tonight's the night. What's gone is gone. What's happened is gone. If you're looking backwards, you're falling backwards. You need to be looking forward, and as you said, they had to replace the Bobcats had to replace some key guys, skill players from last year, and up to this point, it just hasn't meshed for a multitude of reasons, and they need to try and figure that out tonight going forward. I think you mentioned next week Bowling Green has Van Far. I believe that's at Van Far, if I'm not mistaken.
It is.
And Clopton-Elsberry gets Montgomery County. So, the challenge is a little bit greater for Clopton-Elsberry because at this point Montgomery County is one of the top two teams in the league, whereas Bowling Green would like to think if they can get by this game with a victory that they'd be the odds-on favorite in the Van Far game, although it's on the road. So the path to increasing your ranking in the district rankings is there for both clubs, but you got to win football games.
Yep, and there's only 2 chances left to do that before we get into the postseason. One of those is tonight.
It's hard to believe that, here we are, second week in October, and the regular season's just about over with. It seems like we start earlier and earlier and earlier each year. I don't know, maybe it's just my imagination, but we didn't used to have football games in August, I can tell you that. Not high school football games.
Yeah, we didn't have as many drink break weeks. No drink breaks tonight.
I wouldn't think so, but it is perfect. Boy, walking in, it was still 70 degrees on my thermostat on my car and thermometer on my car, and once the sun went down, it's probably in the 60s now, low 60s. But man, light breeze and just a perfect night for football. And we've had some dry weather in the field. The field's showing that a little wear and tear in between the hash marks here at Bowling Green High School, and what's a really really nice facility. So things are set up for us to have a great night of football.
I think it's going to be a fast track out there.
I would think, yeah.
With last week we had rain right the day before game day, and it was still sloppy. We saw a lot of people slipping around. Tonight, it's a week of dry weather. Like you said, it's nice and hard. You got that dirt starting to show through a little bit on the crest of the field, the crown of the field. That just bodes well for people running up and down this field.
Yeah, there's one thing about dirt. If it cools off later tonight, sometimes you get a little light dew on the field and it gets a little slippery on the grass. dirt doesn't become that way.
Nope. Takes water to do that.
So they'll be able to dig in and go pretty well on this track tonight for sure.
About 5.5 minutes away from kickoff here. The band and the cheerleaders are lined up for the team to come out. The Bowling Green Bobcats. Clopton-Elsberry has also gone back to their locker room for a minute. So still have some festivities to take care of before we have our coin flip and the kickoff here from Bowling Green High School, week number 8. It's Bowling Green and Clopton-Elsberry on Eagle 102.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of our mobile and online banking services like mobile check deposit, text banking, and online bill pay. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Stop by either Bank of Louisiana location today for more details or to open an account. Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Phone data rates may still apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. That's where Pike County Memorial Hospital's physical and occupational therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let the team at PCMH focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital. Community-owned, nationally known.
Tonight's action is being brought to you by Liggins Flooring, Midwest Pest Professionals, and Eolia Landscaping Supply.
Well, off air, we were discussing the Cardinal Ritter situation, and I think it deserves a little conversation on air as well. The gist of it is they had a player suspended for one game last year in the championship.
Right, got kicked out of the championship football game.
So he was serving a one game suspension.
Allegedly.
Yeah. They played in Chicago the first week of the season, big national implications, whatever. They put this senior who was suspended in a freshman's jersey and
played him under a pseudo name.
Yeah, and he led the team in offense with tattoos showing. Well, it took 7 weeks, but someone finally found footage of his tattoos and this alleged freshman's tattoos. They're the same tattoos. So now Cardinal Ritter has been wiped off the map.
Yeah. They announced this afternoon that they were going to force him to forfeit all games, not lose postseason play. The coach was going to be fired, but then they announced late this afternoon that, as you said, they have to forfeit the entire season and the entire coaching staff is fired.
Wow.
Yeah. So
wow.
People have talked about the MSHSAA being a look-alike of the NCAA when it comes to recruiting violations and things of that nature. Well, they dropped the hammer today.
It's a big hammer.
And it's a big one.
And, boy, Cardinal Ritter, they're a private school. They're good at everything. And they've been exposed now. And I think that's going to hurt their efforts, going to hurt their enrollment. And all the other St. Louis area Catholic schools, CBC, DeSmet, all them, SLU, are just, their mouths are watering right now.
Right, and I have a good friend that used to coach around here actually, and he now lives in St. Louis and is really tied into the sports scene in St. Louis. And he says, he's told me that at Ritter and Trinity, the Trinity coach got let go. These are all guys that coached in this youth league. And I don't understand what it is because I'm not familiar with it in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's kind of like AAU, isn't it?
Right. As a comparable, to basketball, it would be AAU. And they've taken these kids through the recruiting process and brought them to their respective schools along with the coach. So, now, how's that worked out?
Yeah.
Both those coaches have been fired now, and it's quite a mess down there.
So Cardinal Ritter, they had to forfeit their 7 wins. They were 7-0 and will not play the rest of the season. That's the final verdict from Misha. That's a tough one to swallow.
Yeah, and while we're talking about stuff, we might as well touch on the Louisiana thing. That's unfortunate. You and I did one of the early games of Louisiana at home, and they only had like 18 kids dressed. And you think about injuries and all the stuff that can go on in a football season. And you and I off the air said, boy, this has got the potential to be a problem before the year's out, and unfortunately that's materialized.
Yep, and so they won't play tonight. I don't think they haven't said anything official, but next week is in jeopardy as well.
No, and I believe Bowling Green won the toss, deferred, so they'll kick off to start the first half, and Clopton-Elsberry will have the ball on offense as we're about ready to go here.
Both teams up for this game, both teams in red and black, as Bowling Green in their home all black trimmed in red, Clopton-Elsberry black pants, white jerseys with red letters and black helmets. Both teams black helmets tonight, and I think the Clopton-Elsberry, the road jerseys are a lot easier to see the numbers than the home jerseys.
They are for sure. Big crowd on hand here, and it looks like the visitors' sideline's got a pretty good.
They were worrying me there for a bit. There was only like 4 people about 10 minutes ago.
Well, with 17 seniors and the band parents, they were all lined up when I came in. I had to fight my way through them. They were all waiting to show their kids into the ceremonies here for senior recognition night, as they call it nowadays. Bowling Green will move from our right to our left on your radio dial. Glad to have you with us, Jim Ross and Mark Froelich, and you talked about being able to see things. Looks like an 88, George Niemeyer is going to kick it away, as my old eyes aren't as good as they used to be. Back deep for the Indianhawks.
At 99 on that Clopton-Elsberry road jersey just makes Will Clark look like a mini J.J. Watt, doesn't it?
Yeah. Eddie Bonstell's back deep along with, is that Byron Irvin? I can't tell. Oh, it's number 20. It's a bullet kick by Niemeyer, goes out of the end zone as he got all of that when Dorian Zumont was actually the other deep back. So a good kick by Niemeyer, and that'll give Clopton-Elsberry their 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Well, in all the games, I haven't seen Bowling Green play this year, and that's the first kicker I've seen that really let it eat.
George can kick. We've got two really good place kickers in this game between Niemeyer and Kyle Martin.
So we'll see some extra points, is what you're telling me.
Oh, yeah, Kyle Martin. I don't think he's missed. He had one blocked against Van Far, but I haven't seen him miss one yet this year.
That's assuming we have touchdowns, right?
Exactly.
Yates out of the spread formation, has Rival in the backfield, and they'll run it on the end around on the first play from scrimmage. Around the left end, Malik McPike from his wide receiver spot, but Bowling Green's defense strung that out nicely. And he may have picked up a yard. We'll have to see where the mark is. Looks like they're going to give him about 1.5 yards, maybe 2. We'll call it 2nd and 8 from about the 22-yard line. So we talked about spread and throwing it, and they come out with a run play.
And that's something that Clopton-Elsberry tried to go back to quite a few times last week with varying levels of success, was that end around and reverses.
Yeah, one thing I noticed is it doesn't look like Bowling Green has all guys going both ways, which that could be a factor in this game as well.
They've got numbers, that's for sure.
Yates drops back. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be sacked. His first attempt to throw the football, and black jerseys all over the place. And Yates is sacked for a loss of about 7 back to the 15-yard line. And it'll be 3rd and 15 for the Indianhawks. Butch Wilansky's their head coach. Kevin Credemeyer, the head coach here at Bowling Green. I think Butch was an assistant coach last year, if I'm not mistaken.
He was.
For the Indianhawks. Had a boy that played, if my memory serves me.
He's got a couple out there.
Still has one, doesn't he? Yeah. On 3rd down, we've got a whistle, and a legal procedure is going to be called against the Indianhawks. And so not exactly the way Coach Wilansky probably, if he draws up his first 20 plays, as some coaches do, this isn't the way he pictured it taking place. So they'll move it back to the 10-yard line, and it'll be 3rd and 20.
Well, the only player I saw move was Niemeyer at the end of that Bowling Green defensive line, but they said he was drawn off. He raised up the back end just slightly.
Indianhawks out of the spread, twins to the right and to the left, tight end to the right, and Ryan in the backfield with Yates. Long snap count, he'll 3-step drop. He looks, got plenty of time this time. Throws it across the middle, too tall, intended for Martin. and it'll fall incomplete, and the Indianhawks will have to punt it away on their first series of downs.
Martin last week went into that game against Mark Twain in the top 10 in the state receiving yards and leading the EMO.
He's a pretty good-sized kid, big target. That time the pass was a little too tall by Yates.
Wobbly.
Yeah, and fell in. Had plenty of time. A good job by the offensive line, but it fell incomplete. So I think that is McPike back to punt, if I'm not mistaken. He'll take the snap. The kick is a good one, and it'll hit at the 42-yard line. Takes the Clopton-Elsberry roll into the Bowling Green territory, but it's picked up. And heading the other way is Deontay Fleming. He's across the 20 down to the 15-10. A great run back by Deontay Fleming as he took the ball on his second hop and found some room up the Bowling Green sideline and puts Bowling Green in business in the red zone for their first series on offense at the 7-yard line.
Yeah, that's good starting field position there.
Yeah, you can't ask for much more. We talked about Coach Wilansky maybe not having the offensive series go like you'd start. Coach Creedemeyer, he loves this starting at the 7-yard line. They'll go out of the spread as well. And they snap it back to the quarterback. He heads up the middle. He's going to go in for the touchdown. That was Nick Brakefield in from 8 yards out. So a good punt return and one play. And just like that, the Bowling Green Bobcats are on top on a 7-yard run by quarterback Nick Brakefield.
A couple of missed arm tackles on that one. He was able to snake his way through for 7 and get the score.
Cats will line up to kick the extra point. As you alluded to, Niemeyer will do the honors. He'll kick it as a sidewinder. Snap is good. Ball's down. The kick is a bullet line drive, but it's good. And with the extra point by Niemeyer, 9:42, the Bowling Green Bobcats jump on out top, 7-0 over the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
October is Truck Month at Pogue Ford in Bowling Green. Right now, get $1,000 in rebates, plus 0% financing for qualifying applicants on all 2019 F-150s. Need something bigger? Get up to 15% off all 2019 Ford Super Duties. All you have to do is stop in and speak to one of Pogue's knowledgeable sales staff. At Pogue, they have awesome deals all year round. Plus, great customer service during and after the sale. Pogue Ford on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Tonight's game on KJFM brought to you by Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Hinky Construction, and Meyer Implement.
7-0 Bowling Green. Brakefield, a 7-yard run on the first Bowling Green offensive play. Niemeyer adds the extra point, and the home team is ahead.
Niemeyer will kick it away. This time it will be corralled by Doran Zumalt. He'll head up the left sideline, gets out across the 25, and he'll be knocked out of bounds at about the 25, maybe 26-yard line, and that's where the Indianhawks will have their second offensive series, and they would certainly like to get something positive going on the offensive side of the football.
And that punt that set up the touchdown, boy, that almost got over the head of Deontay Fleming. It was rolling and then bounced up. He had to jump up to corral it, and I think that kind of helped his momentum going forward a little bit.
It's kind of like an onside kick. The first hop was a little short one, and the second one was a big one. Out of the I formation this time. Hey, that's something different. A little play-action pass. Yates looks to throw it deep down the left sideline and just off the fingertips of McPike, I think. No, check
Martin.
that. It was Martin. As he got both hands on it but couldn't corral it at the 35-yard line, and it falls incomplete. A little different look that time by the Indianhawks. Went out of the I formation and ran the play-action pass and had a step. Martin had a step on his defender but just couldn't reel it in.
He juggled it for 3-4 yards, though, didn't he?
That he did. 9:28, we're in the first. The Bobcats on top, 7-0, a long punt return, and then a 7-yard run on the first play from scrimmage by Nick Brakefield, and they lead it. Now we have a flag and another false start. Bowling Green's shifting on defense right as the Indianhawks, I should say, take their 3-point stance, and that's the second time they've jumped, and will be assessed a 5-yard penalty.
Yeah, you know when the defensive ends shoot straight back like that right before the snap, somebody's moving on the offensive side.
Without question. So it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 20-yard line, or just outside the 20, maybe 21-yard line. Yates back in his normal shotgun out of the spread formation. He throws a crossing pattern. It's caught by the inside back, slot back. That was Martin. Complete for a gain of about 7. So back beyond the original line of scrimmage. And it'll be 3rd and about 8 for the Indianhawks. Good look that time in traffic. He threw it in traffic. A lot of defenders around, but Yates fitted it into. Is that a word? Into a small window.
Wedged it in there.
There you go. Wedged it into a small window. And good for some positive yardage. Now on 3rd down, same formation as we saw before. They all look at the wristband. That's the way they do it nowadays. Now the snap's over the head of Yates. Oh, my, what's going to happen? He's just going to have to fall on it to save any other damage all the way back inside the 10-yard line to about the 9. And, man, oh, man, if anything can go wrong for the Indianhawks, it has so far in this first 5 minutes or 6 minutes of this football game.
And that's a problem that they had last week as well.
They'll have to punt it away again. McPike is going to do the honors. Fleming is once again back deep, standing at the Clopton 45-yard line. He'll take it at the 46. He's got some space, heads to the left sideline, gets across the 40, 30, 20. He keeps going. Nobody hits him, and he gets all the way down inside the 5-yard line, doing a little tightrope down the sideline. And it was like, where are the defenders? I think he was thinking the same thing. He kind of started tiptoeing. It was like, there's nobody here. And he takes it all the way inside the 5.
That is incredible. 2 punt returns inside the 10 in the first 4 minutes of the ball game for Deontay Fleming.
What are the Bobcats going to do? One thing I see interesting about the Bobcats, they really go into what you would call a true shotgun formation. The quarterback Brakefield is about 7 yards deep. He's going to hand it off straight up the gut and tripped up short of the goal line.
You got to give Fleming a cookie here. Put him in the backfield.
Yeah. Gavin Dieter's on the carry. He's tackled down at about the 1-yard line. And so it's 2nd and goal. Same formation.
Yep.
And we've got a whistle, and that's going to be a penalty on somebody.
False start against the Bobcats.
Yeah, I thought the side judge pointed at Clopton-Elsberry, but that's not quite possible. So they'll mark off 5 yards. That's a dead ball penalty, and move it back outside the 5-yard line. So a break for the Indianhawks, and it'll be 2nd and goal now from the 6 for the Cats. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. And they'll fake the handoff, throw it across the middle, and it falls incomplete. Intended for.
Pass is incomplete.
Is that Marcus Starks? No, who was that?
I think down for the Bobcats. Ball at about
those numbers aren't the easiest things to see, are they?
No. The Bowling Green numbers, especially the later it gets, they like to ruffle too.
I think it might have been Owen Niemeyer, maybe 26 or.
I don't think he's dressed tonight.
Well, okay. Pick a coin. We flip a coin. On 3rd down, now we've got another flag and another false start. So 2 false starts on each club here in the early going. This one has really hurt the Bobcats as they had it 1st and goal from the 2. Now they're all the way back outside the 15-yard or 10-yard line, you say, at the 11-yard line, where it'll be 3rd and goal from the 11.
I'd be looking for Fleming here.
Brakefield comes to the sideline to get his instructions from the coaching staff. And he's got Dieters in the backfield with him. Twins to the right, twins to the left. He's going to drop back. He'll look to pass. He throws a fade pattern in the corner, up high, and it's caught.
Deontay Fleming.
You called it. Deontay Fleming on a great catch on a fade pattern. It worked to perfection. He went high.
Coach K goes out and bumps with him.
Yeah, that was quite a play. Quite a pass, quite a catch.
Oh, good touch on it right to the corner of the end zone, and Fleming just was able to grab it at the peak of his jump.
So from 11 yards out, good for the touchdown. Niemeyer will try and add on the extra point. little high snap and gets away. Now they're going to have to run for it, and he's going to find some space. Does the holder into the corner of the end zone? Is that Brakefield? It is. Brakefield couldn't corral the snap, but was able to find some space around the left end, and he goes in for the 2-point conversion. So with 7:15 to go in the first, the Bobcats 15, the Indianhawks nothing. You listen to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer. Tonight's game is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Bowling Green Chevrolet, and Family Drug.
How about Clopton-Elsberry not punt it to number 17 next time?
Yeah, I would have to be giving that some serious consideration. But then you had some real couple quality plays on the pass from Brakefield to Fleming. Great catch by Fleming. And then Brakefield with the wherewithal. You know, when that snap's fumbled, they scream fire. There's a number of different things they holler. It depends on who your coach is. And he was able to get around left end and took it in for the 2-point conversion. Another bullet kick by Niemeyer. It's picked up at the 11 by the Indianhawks out across the 20 to the 25. That's Jake Reimel on the run back for the Indianhawks.
Well, and on that blown extra point that goes in for 2, it was the kicker, Niemeyer, that went out there and put a key block on to get him in the end zone.
Yeah, he's not exactly your prototypical kicker. He's like 6'5" and probably goes around 190. So, yeah, not exactly the
Take that, Janikowski.
Yeah, not exactly the 5'8", 147-pound dripping wet kickers you see in college football. Although they are getting bigger and bigger each year.
Uh-huh.
Out of the I formation this time, the Indianhawks need to get something going. Got the good field position, or their best field position to start this series. And Reimel on the run on the pitch. And he may have got back to the line of scrimmage. They might give him a yard as they started that play from the 25. They're going to mark it just at about the 26, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
Reimel looked like he had a head of steam and was looking for a 10-yard run. Met a Bowling Green lineman and stopped dead in his tracks.
And Reimel, is this his first year of football or maybe second at the most? He hasn't played, I don't think, all along, and so he's getting indoctrinated this year out of the tailback position. Out of the I formation once again. They're going to try and slow that rush down. Fake the pitch, and Yates keeps it. Now he has to scramble forward, and he takes a hard tumble out across the 25. Looks like they'll mark it at about the 28, so they'll give him maybe 2.
Clay Lazier on the stop for the Bobcats.
It'll be 3rd and 7 for the Indianhawks. We're
3rd and 7.
down to 6:03 to play in the first quarter. 15-0 Bowling Green on top, as they've scored on their first 2 offensive possessions after great punt returns by Deontay Fleming. On 3rd down, trips to the right this time, single receiver to the left for the Indianhawks. Yates takes the snap. He'll 3-step drop under some pressure, rolls out, now throws across the middle. It's short, intended for Landon Struess, and falls incomplete, and it'll be 4th down. Had some time that time and actually had a receiver open, but was unable to connect.
This is 2 weeks in a row, though, that the quarterback Yates and his receivers just haven't quite been in sync.
Well, he's been under pressure. He was flushed out of the pocket a little bit, had to roll to the left, and that probably moving, when you move to your left when you're a right-hander, that makes it a little bit more challenging to pass it. McPike will kick it away. They're going to kick it to Fleming. He's going to let it bounce. It takes a Bobcat bounce. Another Bobcat bounce. It actually goes backwards about 10 yards before Clopton-Elsberry is able to touch it down. And it'll be at the 46-yard line of the Indianhawks. So good field position once again for Bowling Green. However, this time it's not inside the 10-yard line as the first 2 series were.
Deontay almost looked like his shoulders were slumped walking to his wide receiver position. He's sad he didn't get a chance for another.
Yeah, he was kind of like he was just hanging out back there when that ball went short. He's like, well, I'm not going up there for this thing. So So the Bobcats will have to operate from 46 yards out this time. The worst field position, yeah, I said worst, they've had so far in this game. Brakefield hands it to Dieters. He goes off right tackle.
Uh-oh.
Fumbles the football. It's loose on the ground. And Bowling Green seems to think they got it back. Dieters had good positive yardage on the carry, had picked up about 4 or 5. But the ball's fumbled backwards, and the Bobcats do fall on it at the 43-yard line. So a gain of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. So far the breaks have all gone the Bobcats' way in this football game.
I guess when your quarterback's name is Brakefield, you get the breaks, right?
You get the breaks. That's exactly right. Out of the shotgun, trips to the left this time. He's going to roll to the left. Has some protection, throws it to the sideline, and a great catch with his hands by Hunter Smith. And did a little toe tap right at the sideline at the 30-yard line, and good for first down yardage. Nice looking pass, nice looking catch that time.
Good route. It looked like Brakefield had his momentum heading the right way when he released. Got some good mustard on it, even though he was on the run.
They'll bring Smith in motion. They'll fake the jet sweep, hand it to Dieters up the middle, and he finds some running room across the 25 down to about the 23-yard line. Gain of about 7, so they're ahead of the chains are the Cats. They'll have 2nd and 3. Good operating down and distance for Bowling Green. They can go either way, pass or run.
And I like what they're doing here, mixing the run and pass, keeping that clock moving but still moving up the field and trying to add points.
Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Out of the spread, got 2 backs in the backfield this time with Brakefield. He'll fake the handoff to the left, hands it to the right. Spin move at the 25-yard line, I believe that was, or 20-yard line. That was Austin Callahan. Positive yardage, but he'll be a yard shy of the first down, so they'll give him a gain of about 2, and it'll be 3rd and 1 for the Cats. Down to 4 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Cats lead at 15-0.
That's interesting with the hand injury of Callahan that he was able to line up at receiver and make an offensive play.
Brakefield's going to keep it on the direct snap. Jumps over the line. He's got positive yardage. He'll have a first down across the 15 down to about the 14-yard line.
First down.
Martin finally stopped him.
I got to say one thing. Over all the years, most in the recent years anyway, they have the PA announcer that really is enthusiastic.
And he's new this year, too.
I know, it's a different guy. Isn't it? Yeah. So first down yardage for Bowling Green inside the 15 at the 14. Twin receivers check that, trips to the right. Brakefield will drop back, pass it across the middle.
Oh, picked off.
And it's picked off. Too tall, and the safety picks it off. Who is the safety? That is Lucas Martin, I believe.
It is.
And too tall for the receiver. The intended receiver was Hunter Smith, I believe. And the first turnover of the game goes to the Indianhawks. Yep. Actually, a good thing because that was in the end zone or right at the goal line. Actually, when he picked it off, he brought it out to the 8. So the drive stalls for the Cats.
Yeah. Probably not the best move bringing it out. You go down to a knee, right. You get it at the 20.
Right, exactly. So out of the spread once again, trips to the right, single receiver to the left for Yates this time. Rimmel in the backfield. He takes a long drop, got a receiver wide open across the middle. It's caught by Struess. He breaks the tackle. He's at the 40, at the 50. He'll be tracked down in Bowling Green territory at about the 41-yard line. Big gainer. 51 yards on the game for the Indianhawks, and they have their first positive offensive possession, and they are in business in Bowling Green territory with 3 minutes to play here in the first.
That's just the perfect throw, perfect catch. Hit him in motion, and he was able to get another probably 25, 30 yards after the catch.
And he was wide open, too. He didn't have anybody very close to him. So they'll run the same formation, trips to the right, single to the left. Yates is going to drop back now. He's going to keep it on the quarterback draw. Spins out of trouble across the 40 down to about the 38, maybe 37. We'll check the mark. But a positive running play for Yates. Looks like they'll give him 4. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2:25 to go in the first quarter. 15-0 Bobcats, but the Indianhawks making some noise here after the pick.
On the move. Same formation as they've run the last 3 plays. Yates stands at about at the Bowling Green 42-yard line. He'll take the snap, hands it off to Reimel up the middle. He's got running room. He's still on the move across the 30 down to the 25 and surges forward to about the 22-yard line. So good run by Reimel for the Indianhawks. First really good positive running play by the Indianhawks in this game.
And now Bowling Green has to respect the pass so much that they're opening things up for Reimel coming out of the backfield.
That is heaven for the offensive coordinator to have both things going. Same formation once again. Yates from the Bowling Green 22. They're going to run a little tunnel screen to McPike. He makes the catch, breaks the tackle at the 15 and is tackled at the 11, so it'll be first down and 10 from the 11, so they'll be able to get a first down without scoring, will the Indianhawks, but they are on the move, as you said, Mark, after the interception by Martin, and they need to punch this in and take this 15-point lead by the Bobcats down to
7 or 8.
There you go. On first down. Clock running with 1:10 to play in the first quarter. They'll switch it up this time and send the trips to the left. Yates looks to pass, throws it across the middle, and it's deflected. Good defensive play that time by the receiver, or by the deep back. Pass was intended for Struce once again. And is there a flag?
The way Clopton-Elsberry was clapping. Well, it can't be pass interference because it was a tip pass.
I don't see a flag on the ground.
Neither do I.
So Clopton, the Indianhawks are ready to go, but now there is a pass interference penalty called. I never did see a flag.
It's going to be pass interference against Bowling Green.
Unless the rule is that vastly different than the professionals or college. Once the ball is tipped, all bets are off.
Well, they're going to call pass interference, and it's going to be 1st and 10, or check that, 1st and goal, I should say, from just outside the 5-yard line as they mark it half the distance to the goal on the penalty. And the official hollers at the chain gang, and you got to have a ball, or I guess they didn't get a first down since it was just half the distance to the goal. So they'll hand it up the middle. That's Evans, straight up the gut. He'll get it inside the 5-yard line. So I guess with the half the distance, I thought that was automatic first down.
I thought
pass interference penalty.
Brings up 2nd down.
So the mysteries continue.
Now they do have 2nd down on there, so the chain gang just didn't change it initially.
Okay, well, man, I was worried we were completely losing our mind. Yates is going to take it on the quarterback sneak, and he's going to be short of the goal line. He'll be inside the 1. I think the official, what he wanted was the possession marker of where the ball was, but the chain gangs put the entire chains up as if it's there's still a chance to get a first down when there is not. The next first down will be a touchdown if they can cross it, as it's 3rd and goal from about the 1.5-yard line, and we've got a whistle. And are they going to call timeout?
No, I think he's going to send somebody. Oh, no, he's talking to the chain gang again. Get that first down marker put away.
Okay, so they figure they've got that straightened out. Nope, now actually it's the quarter. After all that, they cranked the clock, and that ran the final seconds off of the first quarter. And with the end of the first quarter, the Bowling Green Bobcats 15, the Clopton Indianhawks nothing, but they're on the move. Don't go away. Second quarter's next on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Bowling Green Insurance and Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice.
Welcome back to Bowling Green High School. The Cats lead it 15-0 as we start the second quarter. However, the Indianhawks are knocking on the doorstep as they are on the 1.5-yard line where they will have it 3rd and goal as we start the second quarter.
Folks hanging out by the concession area are getting their money's worth. All the scores so far have been at this end of the field.
Absolutely.
The north end.
Maybe they can bring you and I something to eat while they're doing that.
I had a hot dog earlier.
Oh, you snuck in early. Out of the I formation, Yates under center this time. He'll hand it off to the fullback. That's Evans, and he'll cross the end zone for the touchdown. Zach Evans goes in from a yard and a half out. We'll give him 2. And the Indianhawks are on the board.
So Zach with 2 Ks puts it in from 2 yards out.
Martin will line it up to kick the extra point. Looks like McPike will do the holding. I guess I need to differentiate. And it's blocked. So,
extra point is no good.
Mercy sakes. Kyle Martin didn't get it elevated enough, and penetration by the Bobcats stops the extra point. So with 11:57 to play in the first half, the Bowling Green Bobcats 15, the Indianhawks of Clopton-Elsberry 6. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is Kelsey Henderson, RN Case Manager for Pike County Home Health. Pike County Home Health offers a variety of services from skilled nursing to rehabilitation therapies. Home health is covered 100% by Medicare, and we accept most forms of insurance. Our caregivers work with your doctor and design a plan of care specifically for your needs and abilities. Our goal is to help you take control of your treatment, prevent future declines in your health, and improve your safety at home. If you have any questions or home health needs, please contact us at 573-324-2111 or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Bowling Green Pharmacy, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Ingram Plumbing.
Martin will kick it away after the blocked extra point, and it's picked up at the 15-yard line by Callahan. He's going to be corralled at about the 27 or 8-yard line, and that's where Bowling Green will take over.
So I still haven't seen Kyle Martin miss one. I've seen a couple of his kicks blocked.
Yeah, you can't do much about penetration like that.
Oh, and there were 3 or 4 Bobcats in the backfield before he got to the ball.
Yeah, I think that's the definition of a jailbreak.
Yeah.
So the Cats will have it from their own 28-yard line, their worst field position in this first half. And they'll bring the receiver in motion, fake the jet sweep, hand it off to Dieters up the middle. He's got some running room out across the 40 to near the 45-yard line.
Kevin Dieters with another.
Yep, and that just gives them more room to run, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I think, they may have some strength up front, and they may be able to run the football if they would like. Twins to the right, twins to the left. Out of the spread formation once again. They'll run the same play. If it worked, keep running it. Dieters again. 10 yards, 11 yards. Let's give him 13 on the gain. All the way across midfield into Indianhawk territory down to the 40. Looks like they'll mark it at about the 43-yard line. Kind of like what we saw in the Schuyler County, Louisiana game. If they don't stop it, keep running it until they do, right?
Uh-huh.
Let's see what happens. Same formation. Dieters will move to the left side of Brakefield. They'll fake the handoff, and Brakefield's going to keep it, going to go through the same hole. He's got caught by the tails by Martin across the 40 down about the 37-yard line, and Kyle Martin had him by the shirt tail.
Well, we know the limit of that shirt is 3.5 yards.
Yeah, so much for the tearaway shirts of my era.
Yeah.
Those don't exist anymore, because if they did, Brakefield would probably still be running. Yeah, you've got a jersey up here.
I got this Adam Holt jersey up here. I bought it for $5 before the game.
Brakefield throws a little screen pass out to the left flat, and it's going to go for a short gain. Hunter Smith on the reception for the Cats. He will pick up a yard, and that's about it.
And I can. They're stretchy. They are stretchy. They're not medium to my extra large stretchy though.
Well, that'll be skin tight, so nobody can hold your jersey when you put it on.
I couldn't get it past my. I could. It was bad. I tried.
I think at halftime we're going to turn that camera around. You're going to have to try this thing on.
No one wants to see me without a shirt on. Not even my wife down there on the sideline wants to see me without a shirt on.
Oh, it'd be good TV though. Good video. There is a flag on the sideline, and they're going to call holding against the Bobcats. So they'll nullify that play altogether, mark it back to the 47, 48-yard line. And the Bobcats will replay second down from there. However, it'll be 2nd and 15 this time.
Which just it reminds me, if you want to watch the game, KJFM Eagle102.net. That's where our live video of this ball game is. But thanks for listening on Eagle 102 tonight.
They'll throw a little swing pass out to Smith, and he's going to be tackled immediately. Good defensive play that time by Evans at the 50-yard line. Loss of two more yards. And now it'll be 3rd and 17 for the Cats. Actually, it's going to be 18 as they're going to mark it back at the 49-yard line back in Bowling Green territory. So holding penalty stalled this drive, and so it's 3rd and long for the Bobcats. Trips to the right, twins to the left. All the receivers are in the pattern this time. Brakefield in the backfield by himself. He'll drop back. He's under pressure. Runs and is going to be sacked. Evans has got a hold of him at about the 45 and slings him down at the 43. They'll mark him out his progress, forward progress, though, to the 46-yard line. And for the first time tonight, we're going to see if the Bowling Green punter's on his game tonight.
Zach Evans, he's not a small guy by any means, but those pads make him look like a monster, don't they?
They certainly do.
He may have been hitting the old weight room down there at Clopton High School over the summer.
Looks like Deontay Fleming's going to punt for Bowling Green. Rimel's back deep, stands at about his own 21-yard line. The kick is away. It's caught by a Bobcat. Yeah, that confused me there for a second. Number 16, that's Cooper Kyle, and he caught it and downed it at the 31-yard line.
Yeah, Cooper Keel, the third string quarterback, or the JV quarterback.
So the Indianhawks will have it from their own 31-yard line, and let's see if they can continue on their merry ways, emblematic of their last offensive possession where they scored their first touchdown of the night. And Yates will send trips to the right this time. Single receiver to the left. Rimal to his left in the backfield. He'll take the snap. 3-step drops. Going to throw it into the right flat. It's juggled, but then caught, and then a big hit. The ball came out. I don't know if they're going to say it is complete. Couldn't tell who delivered the big hit.
Yeah, he did make a football move. Actually gained a couple of yards before getting smacked, and the ball ended up all the way on the track.
They're going to give him about 4 on the play, maybe 3. Yeah, we'll call it 4, 2nd and 6. Ball nose of the ball right at the 35-yard line for the Indianhawks. Trips to the left this time. Single receiver to the right. Down to 8:05 to play here in the first half. They hand it off up the middle to Rimal. He finds a little space, breaks a tackle, 2, still on his feet. Gets to the sideline, now out across the 45. Wow, what running by the little man, Jake Rimal. Picks up a first down for the Indianhawks.
I'm surprised that shoe didn't come off at the initial contact, but he was able to kind of shake his foot loose and get another 8-9 yards out of it.
Yes, he did, out to the 47-yard line where it'll be 1st and 10, down to 7:45. Bobcats lead it 15-7. 15-6, I should say. They had the extra point blocked.
You know, he ain't wearing the Zion Williams shoes.
Yeah, that was, if you didn't see that, look that up on YouTube. That was pretty entertaining stuff. Bizarre, actually.
Yeah.
Trips to the left this time. Yates is going to pitch it to Rimal. He's under heavy pressure, and he's not going to get away from him this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Bobcats in the backfield that time, and no place to go for Rimal. He'll lose a yard. It'll be second. And
that could have been a loss of 5, though. 3 of those 5 flew right past Rimal, and you could almost see his eyes open up, and he took off forward.
Yeah, anytime you look up and there are nothing but black jerseys, you know trouble is a brewing. On second down and 11. Trips to the right this time. Yates fakes the pass, pumps. Now he's going to throw it deep across the middle. Too tall for Evans. He got his fingertips on it, but it fell incomplete. Luckily, it wasn't intercepted. The safety was in the vicinity, Callahan, but it falls harmlessly incomplete. It'll be third down.
Callahan, again, only has one hand right now.
It's kind of challenging. I see he's got a big bandage on it. He played some quarterback in his earlier years.
Well, earlier this year, he was the starting quarterback.
And he's right-handed, and he's not throwing a football with that bandage on his hand. On third down, 3rd and 11 for the Indianhawks from the 46. They'll send Evans in motion, and they'll hand it off to him on the jet sweep. Can he get around right in? Now he turns it up to the 50, turns on the Jets, across the 45 down to about the 42-yard line, and he's going to be close to the first down, and it looks like they're going to move the chains. So Zach Evans actually showed a little speed there, Mark. That,
yes, he did.
I didn't really know he had, but he certainly, when he turned and went north and south, he went with the passion and picked up the first down at the 42-yard line. So
Bowling Green brought the pressure to their right, and that's exactly where Zach Evans was running away from. So he had numbers, good blocking out in front of him, and is able to get a good chunk of yardage there.
Twins to the right, twins to the left this time. In motion, fake the handoff on the jet sweep. Yates is going to go deep down the right sideline, intended for a pike, but it's too tall, too long for him. And falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10. Down to 5:58 to play here in the first half. And it's been a good one so far.
Yeah, fun game. Good close game for week number 8.
Can the Indianhawks punch it in and possibly tie this score before half? They're in no hurry. Both teams have all their timeouts.
Well, the best they can do is get within 1.
That is true. Unless you got that 9-point play, right? On the inside handoff to Rimal. He breaks a tackle or two. Again, he's shown the propensity to be able to do that.
Is that in the Cardinal Ritter playbook, that 9-point play?
Yeah, you scored a touchdown and you kick a field goal for 3.
3rd and 7.
He'll pick it up about 3 across the 40-yard line to the 39, where it'll be 3rd and 7 for the Indianhawks. Glad to have you with us here tonight. Great night for football here from Bowling Green High School. We'll get you caught up from scores around the area. At halftime, maybe have a softball score or 2 for you. So don't go away. On 3rd down, Yates fakes the handoff up the middle, play action pass. Now he's going to run with it. Breaks it to the outside and is not going to get to the first down marker. Maybe in 4-down territory, I would guess, here at the 37-yard line, maybe 36. It'll be 4th and about 4, maybe 5.
Oh, there's definitely a 4-down territory here for the Indianhawks with 4:47 to go in the half.
All right, Bobcat fans, huge 3rd down here. Let's make some noise!
4th and
a long 4.
A long 4.
It's even more important because it's 4th.
Twins to the right.
Oh, and the flags are going to come out.
Bowling Green jumps offside. The left end tried to guess the snap count, guessed wrong, and that's going to be good enough for first down yardage if it is, in fact, against Bowling Green.
Stops the clock with 4:31 to play in the half.
So the drive will continue. It is offsides on Bowling Green. Woo, that's a big penalty right there. You got The Indian Hawks in a bit of a pickle on fourth down,
Against the Bobcats,
but the yardage on the offside penalty gives them a first down outside the 30 at about the 31-yard line. They'll hand it on a straight dive up the middle to Rimal. Nothing doing there. He's hit immediately. And actually, that was Evans. They snuck him in on me out of the tailback position.
Bowling Green ripped the ball out, but it was after forward progress had been whistled dead.
Well, after forward progress. So they'll mark it as a loss of about 2. Out back to the 34-yard line.
Just got this in my hand.
And
Desserts at the
it'll be
concession stand
third.
are now $1.
Third and check that second. Looks like they're going to mark it back to about the 34-yard line, so it'll be second and 13 as the clock runs down to 3:40 to play in the first half. 15-6 our score. Bowling Green still on top. Out of the I formation this time. Twins to the right, single receiver to the left. Yates fakes the handoff. We'll throw it deep. He's got Martin open in the flat, and he can't quite run under it. And it falls incomplete.
He was right there.
Well, did you see what he was doing? It's kind of interesting. It's kind of like you play a lot of softball. Whenever you have a pop-up that's over your head, you just got to go and run to where you think the ball is going to come, because if you look, you can't run quite as fast. Martin was trying to look back and see where the football was, and it slowed him down enough that it just went off the end of his fingertips. If you're watching this on video, you can see exactly what I was talking about. I think if he'd have just taken off running and then picked the ball up again after he'd run about 6 or 7 yards, he might have been able to catch that. But it falls incomplete. It's third now and 13 for the Indian Hawks. Yates out of the under center now. He's going to throw a screen to Rimal. He's looking for some blocking. It's not there. He's going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 31-yard line, and it'll be fourth down.
Is good.
You know how I play the outfield, and this, you know, I
hollered somebody else to catch it.
No, I say I camp under the ball. I look up, then I take off backwards and say, "They got me," and then I pick up the ball
and throw it in.
Yeah,
yeah, that's problematic.
It's working out for me.
Well, good. Fourth down now from the 31. The Indian Hawks will go for it with 2:35 on the clock as it continues to run. Yates out of the shotgun. Straight drop back, throws it into the flat. It's a short hop and will fall incomplete. And the Bobcats will get it back on downs with 2:26 to play. So plenty of time for the Cats. Let's see if they can punch something in here late in the first half.
So Clopton-Elsberry can't capitalize after that 4th and 5 penalty that the Bowling Green defense took. They end up turning it over on downs anyway.
So can the Bobcat offense, I mean, if you think about it, their 2 touchdowns came on possessions that started inside the 10, so they really haven't moved the football up and down the field a whole lot.
The one time they did get into the red zone on their own, they threw the interception.
Exactly. Brakefield will run it on the quarterback keeper off left tackle. And not a lot of running room for him there, but it looks like they're going to give him 5 out across the 35. They'll mark it at about the 36. Clock continues to run down to 2:05 to play. They have all 3 timeouts still, so no problem with the clock. Brakefield takes a snap. There's a whistle, and that'll be a problem.
Flag on the play.
They're going to say, though, one of the slot back got a little head start on the snap count. That'll cost them 5 yards.
2nd and 10.
Back to the 30, what should be about the 31-yard line.
Was that the 3rd or 4th false start against the Bobcats?
Yeah. It's in fact, we've had, one holding penalty, 1 pass interference penalty. The rest of them have been line of scrimmage penalties, either false starts or offside.
Mm-hmm.
Brakefield takes a snap under pressure. He's going to run and be sacked.
Evans.
For loss. Yep, Evans once again. He's kind of been a beast here after the first couple series out of his, I believe he's playing at defensive end, if I'm not mistaken. And a loss of about 5 and back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and 10, or check that. The penalty took it back to the original line of scrimmage. So he got back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 10. Trips to the right this time. Brakefield will roll to the right. Got Dieters blocking. He hits Dieters. Now he's going to scramble out of trouble. Throws it, and it's picked off. It could be a pick 6. Going in for the touchdown is Kyle Martin. We've got penalty flags all over the field. Martin may get a penalty for taunting as he stuck his arms out as he ran into the end zone, so they're going to have to sort this mess out.
Well, the key to that play was the pressure put on by Evans.
Roughing the passer.
Oh, so it's coming back.
The Indianhawks.
And that's going to go against Evans, I believe.
Yowzers.
I think he bounced off the blocker and hit Brakefield well after the ball was in the air.
My. That's big. That is big. Nullifies the interception. Pick 6 by Kyle Martin. And will keep the Bowling Green Bobcat drive alive and also an automatic first down.
Wow. What a turn of events there.
The good news, I guess, if there is any for the Indianhawks, there's only a minute 4 left to play in the first half, so the clock is actually on their side. But as I mentioned earlier, Bowling Green does still have all 3 of their timeouts.
Yeah, you just take a 3-point game, though, with a chance to make it 2 or 1 point game.
Right. So the Cats keep it, and after the penalty, they'll have it at their own 46-yard line. Twins to the right, twins to the left, and I guess the official is explaining the call to Coach
Wolanski. I can see why Butch would ask for an explanation.
Well, yeah. And I think the question becomes, once you get out of the pocket, do you become a runner at that point? I think that, is it still roughing the passer if you're not still in the pocket? And Brakefield had run out of the pocket after being under pressure.
But I think you also, after the ball leaves a quarterback's hand, there's a time frame, and I think Evans had exhausted that time frame.
That could be true. My counter to that would be if you're running the option and you pitch it, you're fair game to get smoked by the defender. So I think the question is, had he become a runner or not?
Yeah.
I think is the question, and the officials determined that he had not and threw the flag for pass interference. So after all that, it is first down. Brakefield drops back. He's under some pressure, throws it up to the sideline right here in front of us, and it'll fall incomplete, intended for Lane Parker of the Bobcats. Martin there on the coverage again for the Indianhawks. It'll be second down. 59 ticks to play in the half. 15-6. No scoring, or check that, just 6 points.
It was the first play of the second quarter.
Right, at 11:52 to be exact. Second down and 10. Twins to the right, twins to the left, and Brakefield's going to run on the quarterback draw. He's going to have to look for some running room. Not a lot of space there. He does pick up positive yards, about 6, maybe 7, and now the first time out by Coach K will be burned by the Bobcats with 53 seconds to play in the half. We're going to keep it here?
Sure.
Well, what the heck?
Hey,
did you see the bridge explosion today?
I did.
Did you get to come down for that?
No, I didn't get to see it in person, but I watched it. The video provided.
Neither did I. I watched it on video myself.
Yeah, but April was down there all day.
Oh gosh, yeah, it was a long drawn out affair. It was kind of cool on the video because it was a loud enough explosion you could hear it at the bank.
Yeah.
So you hear this boom, and then you see it happen on video.
You don't want to hear too many explosions at the bank.
That's true.
But it's all digital money now anyway, right?
Oh, right, yeah. Bitcoin, yeah. We're dealing in Bitcoin these days. It was kind of cool. Big crowd, but as you said, man, it was drawn out affairs. They originally talked about somewhere between 9 and 11, and they moved it to 11 to 1, then they moved it 1 to 3, and it ended up being about 20 after 4 or something like that.
Yeah, I was at the station talking to Gordon on air and about it, and by the time I got back home to come here,
Brakefield on the loose after being under heavy pressure. Now we got a flag, another flag, 3 flags, flags everywhere.
And Deontay Fleming laid a hit on, and I think that's going to be a penalty on Lucas Martin. And that, I think he blindsided him, or at least that's what they're saying.
Well, there's a player down. Don't know who it is. But, yeah, there's flags all over the place, so it'll take a bit to sort this out. Brakefield actually was under pressure, took off running, had good yardage, had picked up about 15, and then the flags and the late hits and all kinds of stuff started going on. And the Indianhawks have an injured player on the field with 42 seconds to play here in the half.
So we'll take a break as they deal with the injured player. That's Lucas Martin for Clopton-Elsberry. 15-6, the Bobcats lead. Both of their touchdowns early over the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks on Eagle 102.
Hello, this is Mary Millen from Community State Bank of Missouri. Some financial institutions make you go through a lot of red tape to get a loan. But at Community State Bank, we try to keep things simple. When you talk with us, you're talking to the people who make decisions. Next time you need a loan for whatever reason, come see us. You'll be glad you did. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
This evening's game is brought to you by Bank of Louisiana, Cellular and Satellite Center, and Cindy Blaylock Insurance.
Well, Martin's up off on his feet, walks off under his own power, so that's a good sign. Now the officials will have to sort out the 3 flags that are on the field.
Well, they're sorting them back across the 50-yard line is what they're doing.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to be some sort of major penalty against the Bobcats. We haven't seen an indication yet.
The side judge is talking to Coach K about it as he walks back to the Bowling Green bench.
Personal foul targeting is what the call is on one of the Bowling Green players. So the major penalty takes it all the way back into Bowling Green territory at the 48-yard line. But it'll still just be third down, third and about 8 with 38 seconds to play in the half. Brakefield takes the snap. He is under heavy pressure. Looks to scramble now. He's on the loose. Across the 45, steps out of bounds at about the 41-yard line. He'll have first down.
And another Bobcat first down.
I think the Bowling Green faithful wanted a late hit there as he went out of bounds.
Well, they got him by the ankles, I think, before he actually got to the sidelines. So a first down for Brakefield, down to 28 seconds as he stepped out of bounds and saved a timeout for the Cats. And it'll be first and 10 from the 41-yard line. They're going to have to put it up, I believe, in order to score as they crank the clock at the snap. Brakefield drops back, going to throw a screen, middle screen to Dieters. He's got some running room at the 30, breaks it to the outside, gets a big block. Now at the 20, inside the 20, he's tackled at the 18-yard line. And it'll be first down.
Down to 16 seconds.
And Coach Credemeyer running down the sidelines, calls timeout to stop the clock. Now he's barking at his signal caller saying, you've got to understand the time and call that timeout yourself as soon as the tackle is made. But they get it called with 16 seconds to play here in the first half. Bowling Green has it inside the 20-yard line. Looks like they've got it marked at about the 17. So, yeah, back to the bridge thing during this timeout. They took down 2 the middle sections. They'll have another implosion, I think, in a week or so. Take 2 others. The other section is interesting because it's over the Burlington Northern Railway, and so they have to take it down by hand. Can you imagine trying to take a 100-year-old bridge?
Do they have to fix them after that guy drove the car over them last week?
Well, that's possible.
So let's just blow down the bridge and just do it all in one fell swoop.
Yeah, there was a big crowd there, and a lot of frustration, I think, because it strung on for about 10 hours, I think, and 9 hours at least in total.
As I was saying, I was on the air with Gordon, and I brought out every nightmare scenario for both MoDOT and Louisiana, and right after I got off the air, they did it. So maybe I'm taking credit for them finally getting it done.
There you go. All right, we'll give you credit. Not real sure why, but we'll give you credit. So the Cats have it at the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks 17-yard line, 1st and 10 with 16 ticks to play. Breakmeyer on this. Breakfield, I should say, takes the snap. He's on the loose again. At the 10, breaks it to the outside, cuts it back inside, gets to the flag, touchdown.
Wow.
Nick Brakefield with the keeper for the third.
Oh, he's a little hobbled getting up, but Nick Brakefield just put on a clinic how to run through a defense.
He did, zigged and zagged and picked up a block and got to the flag for the touchdown with 7 ticks left in the first half. That's huge for the Bowling Green Bobcats.
How far was that one?
17 yards. And let's see, are they going to kick it or are they going to go for 2 at 21-6? Let's see, they're thinking. We're thinking. I see Niemeyer's at the wide receiver position, so I'm guessing they're going to go for it, but now they're going to talk about it. Coach K says, let's figure out what we're going to do. Let's all get on the same page. Let's take a quick break as well. 21-6. Final 7 seconds next on Eagle 102.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
As a farmer, you rely on rainfall to ensure your crop production, but sometimes the weather doesn't cooperate. Droughts can happen and do. Long dry spells can ruin your crops, but shouldn't ruin your life. With a pasture, rangeland, and forage policy through NAU Country Insurance Company and Bowling Green Insurance Agency, you'll be provided with the extra protection you need. Contact Fred Carlson at Bowling Green Insurance to discuss how PRF can help manage your risk. NAU Country Insurance Company is an equal opportunity provider.
Tonight's action is being brought to you by Community State Bank, Pike County Mutual Insurance, and Mike's Tire and Service Center.
Well, the Bobcats try to go for 2. Dieter's on the run off tackle. He's stopped short of the goal line, so the 2-point conversion fails. And the Cats lead at 21-6 with 7 ticks left to play in this first half of action. They will have to kick it away.
Did you know we had a sideline reporter tonight?
We don't. I did not.
April's down there, said the ref got in the middle of the boys right before the touchdown. I told them to settle down and play clean. Having a good game. Now let's just have a good, clean game is what the referee said to the players ahead of that Brakefield touchdown.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, this is a rivalry game, and it's a close game. There's been some hard hitting. I don't think they're going to pay a whole lot of attention to that.
Talk about a turn of events, though. You go from getting a pick 6 and being right back in the ball game to allowing a touchdown with 7 seconds to go.
Right. Pick 6 nullified with a roughing the passer penalty. Yeah, that's a big one that will be talked about at the coffee shop tomorrow. Little swift kick by Niemeyer, and it's going to be covered on the far flat about the 40 or check that 37-yard line. Looked like Mason Street fell on it for the Indianhawks. So with 7 ticks to play, as they didn't run any clock off, which is somewhat interesting.
Yeah.
At the 37-yard line. Hey, we can have a Hail Mary, hook and ladder. Who knows what Coach Butch Wolanski's got in his playbook for this exact situation. He'll send trips to the left and a single receiver to the right. Reimel in the backfield with Yates. One play is about all we have time for. Yates will take the snap. takes his time. He's going to throw it deep. He's got McPike, but it's over the top of his head. It'll fall incomplete, and that'll do it for the first half of action.
How high did Callahan jump there?
He was up there, but McPike actually had a step. Are they going to put a second back on the clock? Yep, they are. They run the clock dry, but now they're going to say there's 1 tick left, so we'll get to do it one more time. McPike was on his horse heading down the slot and just overthrown, and it'll be second down and 10. So we'll have one final play.
Not only do you have to throw it deep, you have to hit your receiver in stride to have any chance of a touchdown.
Without a question. Yeah, trips to the right. Hail Mary is not really an option because Yates, not very many high school football players can throw it 65 yards in the air or 70 yards. So they're going to run a little screen play to Rimal. He's got some space. He gets to midfield, and he's going to be drilled right there.
Nope, no
and
lateral.
That's the end of it for the first half. Good play, but it'll end the first half. Our score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 21, the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks 6. The halftime show's next on the Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. We've got something for everybody's budget. Everything from $1,000 all the way up to $35,000. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. So if you're out and you're looking for a new car, come by and see me. If you're looking for a particular vehicle and you don't see it on the lot or the website, let me know, and I'll do my best to find it for you. Mid-America Auto and Towing, just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, is a one-stop shop. Like us on Facebook or check out our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report, sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center.
Welcome back to Bowling Green High School. We're at halftime, and it's been a good first half of action.
It was fun.
Yeah. Up and down action. 2 big punt returns, an interception return that was nullified. If you enjoy high school football and like to be entertained for a low discount price, tonight would be your night to be here at the football game.
They're selling a game-used Nike jersey for $5 down there. $5.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to lose it, though, because I messaged Adam Holt to see if he could autograph it for me. I think he
wants it.
Yeah.
Well, you got to tell him it costs $35. Don't tell him it costs $4. It's $35 with that bad boy.
I ended up throwing 10 in there because 5 was just. I put the $5 donation in there. If he brings me up another one with a good number, I'll give him this one.
Absolutely. Let's recap the scoring for you real quick. Nick Brakefield. Let's go back. A punt return by.
Yeah, it was Clopton-Elsberry that took the opening kickoff.
Didn't go very far. Punted it away. It bounced at about the 46-yard line, took a short bounce and a big hop, and Deontay Fleming picked it up about his own 45 and took it all the way to the 7-yard line before he was corralled. And on the first offensive play for the Bobcats, Brakefield went in from 7 yards out. Niemeyer's kick was good, and the Cats led it 7-0. Then the Indianhawks stalled again. They punted again.
Yeah.
Deontay Fleming caught it again.
Oh, my goodness.
And did a tiptoe job down the left sideline here right in front of the Bowling Green bench, all the way down inside the 10 once again. And finally, after a couple of penalties and some stuff that moved Bowling Green backwards for a bit, 11-yard pass from Brakefield to Fleming on a great fade pattern, a great catch by Fleming, went high in the air. And then on the extra point, the snap wasn't the best. Brakefield picked it up and went in for the 2-point conversion. And at the end of the first quarter, the Cats led it 15-0. But yeah, you didn't think you didn't think that was it,
yeah.
Do you really? Yeah. So the Indianhawks come right back at the start of the second quarter on the first play actually in the second quarter. Evans goes in from 2 yards out. And we think we've got a game, right? The extra point's blocked. So it's still 15-6. And then the play we referred to just as we came back from the break, a pick six nullified as Kyle Martin picked it off, but a penalty, a roughing the passer penalty, nullified that. And then Bowling Green drives down the field. And with 7 seconds left, Brakefield on a video game run. Goes in from 17 yards out. The 2-point conversion run failed. And that gives us our score of 21-6 here at half.
That was such a big turn of events.
To
not only lose your 6 to 8 points if you get the 2-point conversion, but to give up, I think you said it, after the penalty and everything, well, time is on Clopton-Elsberry's side. There was only a minute something left, and Bowling Green had 50 yards to go.
And then throw into that, at that minute 6, they had a nice run, but a personal foul penalty, tardy, brought the ball all the way back to the Bowling Green side of midfield, burned up some clock, and they were still able to get down the field and score.
Yeah, that's a backbreaker or a heartbreaker for the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks, and really kind of sucks the life out of you in a rivalry game like this. It's a gut punch for sure.
Yeah, and we talked in the pregame about what they needed to do and what they've done throughout the year. Actually, both teams have been pretty balanced. They've both run the ball. They've both thrown the ball. And it's just been a good high school football game.
Yeah, the deep route just hasn't materialized for Clopton-Elsberry, and that's kind of what they live on.
Right. They've been able to protect Yates pretty well. He has had some pressure, but, the Indianhawks have put some pressure on Brakefield as well. But Yates is really not a running quarterback. I mean, he can run, but that's not his bailiwick. Brakefield can run and will run. And he showed that on that last touchdown right before half.
So the only question, I didn't see him go back in after the hit, Deontay Fleming.
I did not either.
But I didn't see him, sent off.
No. In fact, he was, while Martin got hurt on that play, the other Martin, Lucas, and while they were working on him, I think I saw Fleming talking to Coach K, and I think he was okay.
I'm worried about him. If they say that word targeting, that's a disqualification.
Yeah.
Now
I didn't see the official give him the old thumb.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe they don't do that in high school. I don't know. But in college, and especially in college, they make sure God and everybody knows that he's ejected.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Without the ability to review, it's kind of hard to call targeting and eject a player without actually being able to see it on video, because you've watched enough football to know what you see in full speed that looks like helmet to helmet. There are a lot of times when you slow that thing down, it's really not. It's shoulder to shoulder, and the heads are just close. But when there are big hits like that, those heads snap back anyway. And with the naked eye, it's kind of hard to tell. 21. 21.
We were on the same page.
Yeah, we were. 21-6 our score here at half. Let's take a break. We'll be back with more of the halftime show after this on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
When you support a locally owned pharmacy, you're contributing to the growth of the community. The dollars you spend stay right here to support our local community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned pharmacies. There's one right here. Health Mart pharmacists have a personal commitment to their communities because, just like you, they support their community. Health Mart pharmacies are locally owned and hometown proud.
Louisiana is a Health Mart town. Family Drug Health Mart Pharmacy. The right people, the right price, right downtown. Health Mart, caring for you and about you.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Welcome back to Bowling Green High School. We're at half, 21-6. The Bobcats lead it over the Indianhawks. Do they have a name for this game? You gave me the Oaken Bucket or something.
The Oaken Bucket, yeah.
Which I looked that up, by the way, and that's actually the Purdue-Indiana game as well.
So they have their own Oaken Bucket.
Yes. Well, I'm pretty sure Purdue, Indiana probably had it first. But you have the Mayor's Cup.
This would be the Commissioner's Trophy.
Is that still in operation, or has that Commissioner's Trophy been retired?
No, it's down there.
Is it?
It's something I came up with when I was somewhere else, but
well,
they're still using it.
Don't they have the Farmers Bowl? Isn't
the Farmers Cup between Van Far and Mark Twain?
Right.
Next week between Bowling Green and Van Far, someone gives away a wagon wheel. I don't know. It seems like every week we got something now.
You gotta love it, do you?
Yeah. Hey, you get a trophy. You get a trophy. Everybody gets a trophy.
That's the thing nowadays. we could go on forever about that. Let's tell you about a few scores if we can. Pittsfield, Griggsville, Perry Co-op, they trail Williamsville 42-0 at half. South Shelby 22-12 over Brookfield at half. North Callaway, in a game of interest to everybody here, leads Mark Twain 10-8 late in the second quarter.
Does that mean they had a field goal, or they couldn't have had a field goal, right?
10-8.
Maybe they had a touchdown, a 2-point conversion, and a safety. I don't see a 10-8 game being a touchdown and a field goal.
That's interesting.
I bet it is.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Hannibal leads Marshall 28-0. North Shelby in 8-man. They've got a good 8-man team this year. They're ranked 6th, I believe, 38-18 over Pattonsburg. Gillum City, North Harrison. There's a co-op for you.
Yeah.
West Hancock, boy, they've had a rough year. They play Centray tonight. They're losing 41-14 at half. Quincy Notre Dame 27-0 over Marquette Catholic. Clark County leads Monroe City 36-0. And Macon, in a little bit of surprise at half, they lead Palmyra 8-0. You see any other scores? I couldn't find the softball. I was looking for the Silex softball score. If you missed it in the pregame, Ellsbury won their district over Valley Park in softball 9-8. We'll advance on to the sectionals. Of course, the big softball game of interest around here is tomorrow at Montgomery County, as the Bowling Green Lady Cats will take on a very good Monroe City Panther softball team. So if you like good fast pitch softball, head over there. I think that's 11 o'clock game, isn't it?
11 o'clock, 10:45 pregame on KJFM.
There you have it. You'll have that for the folks here at home that can't make it. Unfortunately, I have to work.
Well, I don't have a final on Silex Community yet, but that's former Silex Lady Owl Maddie Hankey coaching Community R6. So a rivalry game there as well. Silex, of course, beat Clopton 5-0 in the semis, and R6 beat Paris 10-0.
And I think I looked it up earlier today. I think Silex had beaten Community 5-3 earlier in the season. But as we all know, when you get into district play in the playoffs, what happened in the past doesn't necessarily carry much weight. It's 21-6 here. We're at half. About 3 minutes to go on the clock. They'll have another 3 minutes for stretching, and they're honoring the veterans and alumni, I believe, right now.
Veterans was early. This is alumni, yes. So some of the former players out there with the current players for the Bowling Green Bobcats, and And another site of recognition. I think this is multi-generational players because I see Ethan Everhart out there with some of his older family members. Mr. Bibb out there, and I think maybe an uncle. I'm not sure.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you right
now.
But
I think Buddy was on the first Bowling Green football team. If I was hearing my stories correctly.
Buddy, he's old as dirt then, isn't he?
He is.
Good Lord. Boy, I tell you what, though, I see some of these guys, and I guarantee you that they're sitting up in the stands during some of these games. Man, if you just give me a helmet and some pads, I go out there and show these boys. And now you see them standing up next to these football players. Nah, that would never happen. That would never happen. They'd get crushed.
This is alumni and multi-generational Bobcat players. And it looks like Deontay still has his helmet on. So I think Mr. Fleming will still be playing in the second half.
That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I've never seen that. Is this the first year they've done this?
I think so.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. I like that, and that's fun to bring back the old goats and give them some recognition. And most of them are probably good football players in their own rights and have passed it down through the generation or two to the current Bowling Green football team. Speaking of them, they lead it 21-6 at half over the Clopton Indianhawks. Let's take a break, and we'll be back with the second half after this on Eagle 102.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Is it time to renew, redo, or rebuild? People's Bank and Trust can help you make those home improvements without springing a leak in your budget. I'm Christine Rutherford, and we have loans designed specifically for repairs and renovations, along with home equity lines of credit. Stop by your local People's Bank in Bowling Green and let's talk about how People's Bank can help you. People's Bank and Trust online at www.pbtc.net or give me a call at 573-324-2525. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender, MLO number 421603, NMLS number 407724.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. At Ingram Plumbing, we're ready to meet all your plumbing needs. I should know. I'm Bonnie Ingram, and I've worked there for over 50 years. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, we haven't been able to find a Silex score yet. Maybe some of our Silex friends can text Mark or April. I don't think they'd have my text number and get us a score of how that turned out. Salisbury won the district that lines up with Silex, so the winner of the Silex community game will play Salisbury. I don't know. They haven't determined where those games are yet, I don't believe. They usually wait until they're over.
Yeah.
I don't. They usually flip those every year. One district hosts one year and then the other district the next year. Silex, I think Silex went to Cairo last year.
Final score, R6-3, Silex 2.
Holy smokes.
So Maddie
gets her revenge, huh?
Yeah. Well, I don't think – she had a great career. I don't think it would be revenge.
Well, revenge in the fact that they lost to Silex earlier in the year.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's kind of bittersweet. No, it's not bittersweet. It doesn't matter. You always want to beat your alma mater.
Yeah, exactly. If you end up somewhere else.
Yeah, absolutely.
And, Coach Lipsy was still, around the program, back then when Maddie played. I think she was still in school when they won their last championship, and actually Maddie squeezed the ball for the last out on that one. But to beat someone that you kind of probably idolized, from the previous run of great Silex teams now to go and end their season.
So now here's some interesting stuff going on. The officials have called both coaches out to midfield.
I think that has something to do with what we were talking about.
There's a little lecture going on. I'm guessing the officials like, boys, you got to get your players under control, tell them to play.
And I really haven't noticed much from up here.
I haven't either. That one play where you had 3 flags and, number of hits, heavy hits.
Well, and I think that those 3 flags date back to the pick 6 play where Brakefield got laid out.
Right. And so officials are having a conversation with both head coaches, and they shake hands, and they'll go back to their respective benches, and
Kyle Worley.
Maybe they'll relay that message.
I know some good stories if anybody's interested. Scott Hunt and Rob Grummel and Jim Gam.
So there is the fourth. I think we're gonna have a spirited start to the second half.
I would guess we will too. Bowling Green should get the ball as they deferred in the first half and kicked off. So with the 21-6, our score, the Cats on top. They can really they can make a move in this game if they can score here. They can make things rather challenging for the Indianhawks if they can score on this first possession. Looks like Callahan will go back deep along with Hunter Smith. Kyle Martin will kick it away. We'll keep an eye out for Lucas Martin and see if he's back in the game after taking the big hit and had to spend a little time with the training staff. Hopefully he's okay and able to return. So Kyle will kick it away, moving from our right to our left. It's a deep kick, and it's going to be fumbled by Hunter Smith. It's still loose. Callahan's going to pick it up. He heads upfield, and quite a train wreck on that kick. But positive yardage out past the 20-yard line by Callahan.
Mason Street on the stop and drove Callahan and his busted hand right into the ground.
Out to about the 24-yard line, and that's where the Bobcats will start their first offensive possession of the second half. They'll send twins to the right, twins to the left. Brakefield with Dieters in the backfield. Turn to hand off. Dieters went the other way. Brakefield's going to turn a negative into a positive, but I see a flag.
Yeah, there's going to be a hold there.
With the keeper,
he'll get out near first down yardage, but that one's probably coming back.
You don't have a broken play like that develop without somebody holding.
Right, because it was supposed to come this way, and it went that way. I guess we're not on TV, are we? Supposed to go to the right, went to the left. And so, yeah, holding is most likely what that call is. We don't get a preliminary signal very much from this guy, do we? This official.
There it is.
It is holding. And so they'll march it back inside the 20-yard line to about the 17.5-yard line, and it'll be first and about 16.
Pretty good breeze coming from the far sideline to the near.
There is. They'll run it up the middle of the Dieters this time. After the penalty, he'll pick up some positive yardage. They'll give him 2, maybe 3, out to about the 20, maybe 21-yard line. And it'll be second down. Just underway here in the second half. Glad to have you with us, Jim Ross, Mark Froenig. Got April down on the sidelines doing her photography work. And the Bobcats hand it off to Dieters. He'll break it to the outside, gets around left tackle, breaks a tackle, now across the 30 to about the 33 before he's gang tackled out of bounds on the far sideline.
Drug the pile for a few yards. He's still going to be short by about a yard, I think.
If you haven't paid any attention this year, get on KJFM Eagle102.net. There's pictures, and of course we're streaming this live. Is it a different website for the?
No, you can get right to it from KJFM Eagle102.net, right there on the main page, or you can click the link for previous broadcasts.
Dieters on the run again. He's got first down yardage this time out across the 40 and now the 45-yard line.
First down.
And it's good for a first down. I'm sure you can hear the public address announcer in the background.
I think he's gotten louder as the game's gone on, but we've got an injury, another injured Indian Hawk, it appears, laying on the 45-yard line. So we'll take a break while they treat him. 21-6, Bowling Green with the ball, driving against Clopton-Elsberry on Eagle 102.
The Mercantile Bank in Louisiana says now's the time to sign up for online banking and bill pay. You won't have to get out in the weather. With online banking, you can bank day or night from your home, office, or anywhere with internet access. Check account balances, view checks, and much more. Stop in today to learn more about online banking and bill pay at the Mercantile Bank, downtown Louisiana. Your hometown bank, member FDIC, and equal housing lender.
Hi, this is John. I'm one of the pharmacists you see at Family Drug in Louisiana and the Bowling Green Pharmacy. We're right here with personal and prompt service, giving you the answers about your medications. If you're new in town, come get acquainted. If you're one of our regulars, thank you. You are always welcome to come in and just say hi. The right people, the right service, right downtown. Family Drug, 3rd in Georgia in Louisiana, and the Bowling Green Pharmacy on the square in Bowling Green.
Tonight's game on KJFM brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, People's Bank and Trust, and Pogue Ford.
Bobcats, after the injury timeout, have it 1st and 10. They'll hand it to Dieters up the middle. He'll break it to the outside left side and surges forward for another good gain of about 7, maybe 8. Jacob Wolanski was the injured player. He got up and left the field under his own power, so good to see that. But it'll be 2nd and 1 as the Cats are in Indian Hawk territory on this first drive of the second half. And
that wind is picking up.
It is, and there are a lot of stocking hats, gloves, and scarves out now.
I don't have any of that.
They weren't out when I came, when I got here. It's cooled off quite a bit. In motion, they'll fake the jet sweep, and Brakefield will kick it. Bounces it off tackle, now down across the 40-yard line, about the 39-yard line, and it'll be first down.
Got a little giddy up there, didn't he? Hit another gear once he got through the opening wave.
Faked the handoff to Lane Parker on the jet sweep out of the slot and kept it. That's worked pretty well. Twins to the left. Twins to the right, receiver in the slot as well. They'll do the same thing, and this time they'll hand it off to Parker on the jet sweep. He's going to get around left end, turns it upfield at about the 30, and that's where he'll be hit. He'll be near first down yardage. It'll depend on the spot at about the 30-yard line. Nose of the football is on the 30-yard line, so he's going to be just shy, I believe, where it'll be 2nd and 1. So the playbook's wide open to you at this point. Bowling Green hasn't thrown it deep at all tonight. Most of the things have been medium passes or slant passes. And Brakefield's just going to run it, and he'll have the first down.
Longest pass was that touchdown pass.
Right. Right, it was, 11 yards is all it was. Boy, it was a dandy. Man, it was one of the better passes and catches I've seen this year.
Good enough for
first down yardage for the Bobcats, down to the Indian Hawk 28-yard line, down to 8:22 to play in the third quarter, I should say, as they've burned a lot of clock, keeping it on the ground. They have not thrown it in this drive yet.
Prettiest touchdown pass I've seen all season was Yates to Kyle Martin at Van Far. Perfect to the corner of the end zone.
Good combination. Brakefield's going to keep it again on the quarterback draw. Breaks it out to the around left end inside now. Spins at the 20 down to about the 15. And another first down.
And I think we've got another injury on the play.
For yet another Bobcat.
They called for the trainer again with 7:53 to go.
Timeout on the field. We have another player down.
21-6 our score, down to 7:53. So the Indian Hawks,
they're having some issues staying healthy.
Getting banged up. Yeah, getting banged up a little bit. We kind of talked about that a little bit in the pregame, but Bowling Green doesn't have all their players going both ways. And while that may not seem like that big a deal, in a hard-hitting game like this, it certainly can turn into a big deal.
Yeah, and, Clopton-Elsberry dresses a lot of guys, but they're dressing a lot of younger guys, a lot of freshmen and sophomore along that sideline. And, it looks good, but when those guys aren't able to go fill some positions or play in a hard-hitting game like this, then you run into trouble.
Well, and then those freshmen and sophomores that thought they were getting to dress and going to be standing around watching the game, all of a sudden they're in the game going, oh, bejeebers.
And unfortunately, the kids at Louisiana are saying freshmen, sophomores, we play.
That's all of us. Yeah.
We play every down.
Didn't pick up the number on the injured player. He's getting a little assistance to the sideline by the training staff.
Pike County Memorial Hospital physical therapy.
Yeah, and they're going to take him to a bench, I think, and take a seat.
Yeah, he's not putting weight on one leg.
And we're back to football. They throw a little inside screen pass. It goes a little or nowhere. Pass was caught by Lane Parker.
They're going to give him like a yard and a half.
It sometimes makes you wonder. Of course, we're up here for a reason because we can't coach or play. But they ran, and hadn't been stopped, and so then you throw it. It's kind of interesting. Well, the big fellow that was injured is still, they've got him laying down on the table, I see. So they're working on something with him. We still don't really know who that is, so we don't want to speculate. 2nd and 8 for the Cats, back to football from the 12-yard line of the Indianhawks. Brakefield takes a snap, hands it off to Dieters. He shakes and bakes and gets across the 10 down near the 5-yard line. He'll be close to first down yardage once again.
Dieters had a nice night running the ball.
Yeah, he seems to be a lot shiftier than he was last year to me. He's got a little more shake and bake, as I called it during the play. They're going to mark it at the 5, so he'll have first down yardage, and it'll be 1st and goal for the Bobcats from the 5-yard line down to 6:35 to play in the third quarter. I keep wanting to say first. So they burned up half of this quarter. Handed off to Dieters, but he's hit immediately at the line of scrimmage.
Wrapped up right around the hips and brought down.
Dieters brought down at the line of
it's like maybe a gain of about a half a yard on the play. We'll call it second and goal from about the 4.5-yard line. Bobcats lead it 21-6. This is the first offensive series of the second half. Same play again to Dieters. Nothing doing there. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe they'll give him a half yard down to the 4, and it'll be 3rd down.
They tried to just hurry up and get back to the line, maybe catch a beat-up Clopton-Elsberry defense off guard, but nice job by the front 4.
Let's see if they try and run something around the ends to give a little space and get away from the big boys up front. As they're going to let the clock run, look to the sidelines, play clock down to 12 now, and they're going to go. Brakefield back in the backfield by himself. He'll bring the wide receiver in motion, keeps it, goes up the middle, nothing doing there. Again, gets to about the 3-yard line. And of course, we're most definitely in 4-down territory. Hunter Smith was the wide receiver in motion that time.
Brings up 4th down for Bowling
so it'll be 4th and goal.
Got him at the 3.
Maybe they want to let Big George kick a field goal here, huh? No, you don't think?
I think they'd rather the touchdown.
I'm sure. I'm sure they would. But it would make it a 3-possession game. A
it
field
would.
goal would. They're going to go for it from the 3-yard line. 4th and goal. Brakefield looks to the sideline for some final instructions. He's in the backfield by himself. Brings the receiver in motion, fakes the handoff, looks for some space up the middle.
Nope.
And he spun out of trouble, but he's going to be short. Well, they didn't do what I predicted, go to the outside. They continued to run up the middle, and the Indianhawk defense stayed stout. So good defensive stand by them, and they're still in this football game, trailing 21-6. However, they are deep in their own end.
Yeah, at about the
2.
Shy of the 2, it looks like.
Yeah, it's they're on the far hash mark, so it's kind of hard to say. If we look at the official on this side, looks like he's marking it at about the 2-yard line. So 1st and 10 for the Indianhawks as the defense holds. Good defensive stand. They bent but did not break. Yates under center. Now we've got a flag. No.
Timeout taken.
Timeout Indianhawks will step aside as well. 4:31 to play in the third. The Bobcats 21, Indianhawks 6. You're listening to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
Some people just have a knack for being there when you need them the most. Like your third grade classmate who sticks up for you against that bully. The neighbor who gives you a jump start. And the friend who chases away that flock of geese at your outdoor wedding. Your State Farm agent has your back too, through good times and the not so good. And who's got your agent's back? State Farm, the company people have trusted for more than 90 years. We're here to help life go right.
Visit Cindy Blaylock Agency in Louisiana.
Hi folks, my name is Cody Kirkendall, new owner of Mike's Tire and Service Center. See Mike's Tire and Service Center in Bowling Green for all your automotive and tire needs. Mike's features 24-hour tire service, and when it's time to replace those tires, Mike's has great deals on several brands, ensuring they have the perfect tire for your vehicle. Mike's Tire and Service Center additionally offers alignments, tune-ups, oil changes, struts, state and DOT inspections, air conditioning services, brakes, shocks, custom exhausts, as well as minor repairs. Mike's Tire and Service Center, business 61 North in Bowling Green.
Tonight's game on KJFM Radio is brought to you by the Mercantile Bank, Bowling Green Tractor, and County Market, Louisiana.
Quick timeout that time by the officials. They hand the ball to Evans up the middle, and he bulls out to about the 4-yard line, picks up 2, where it'll be 2nd and 8 for the Indianhawks deep in their own territory after a great defensive stand on the first offensive possession of the second half by the Cats. Yates out of the shotgun is going to throw the slant, and is it caught? Are they going to? Nope, they're going to say incomplete. Martin slid in there. It looked like he may have caught it from our angle. We were looking through backs.
Gavin Dieter's on the coverage.
It'll fall incomplete, and it'll be 3rd and 8. So the Cats looking to keep the Indianhawks pinned in their own end, force a punt, and let their punt return specialist, Deontay Fleming, try and do his thing here at the start of the second half. On 3rd down, Yates has other thoughts. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Rivals to his left. He'll drop straight back in the end zone, throws it to the right flat, and it's caught. Good for first down yardage out about the 15-yard line. Is that Malik McPike, I believe, on the catch? Landon Struss, they're going to say, on the catch.
So Struss moves the chains, and a little bit of breathing room for Clopton-Elsberry now.
At the 15-yard line. 3:30 as Bowling Green burned about, over half of the quarter on their first offensive possession, so we're late in the third. Been a clean second half so far. Yates out of the spread formation. 3-step drop. Pump fakes. Looks, he's going to throw it up to Evans, and he's going to be hit, but they're going to say it wasn't catchable.
Yeah, he overthrew him by about 10 full yards.
That was close to being pass interference. Evans was looking for the
There were
flag.
two Bobcats there. I think it was Starks and Fleming. I think it was Fleming that made contact.
So it'll be 2nd and 10 for the Indianhawks after the incomplete pass. Down to 3:18 to play in the third. As Mark said, it's cooled off quite a bit. Good breeze now.
That's a good breeze in your opinion?
That's a good breeze as long as we're in here where it's not cold.
You got a window in front of you.
They're going to run the sweep to Rimmel. He's going to get out across the 20-yard line to about the 23. He'll be shy of first down yardage.
That's why I keep stepping back about 3 foot between plays.
Is that what you're doing, trying to hide?
Yeah.
Well, I can feel that breeze blowing right here. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I wore a sweater, though.
Hold against the Indianhawks.
And a flag on the play. And the preliminary indication is holding.
Replay, 3rd down.
Not what they wanted.
And the hold was all the way back at, the 14?
Yeah, and that's going to be problematic for the Indianhawks because that'll be a half the distance to the goal.
So it's going to be 3rd and real long, inside the 10 to about, the 7?
Up to 7, yeah. And they've got to get out to what looks to be about the 25-yard line. So a little quick math, 18. 3rd and 18. Or check that, 2nd and 18. Yates now standing at just outside the goal line, drops back in the end zone. Is going to throw it And he's got a receiver open and over in the right flat on a flag pattern. And overthrown and intended for Landon Struess. But it's too tall for him, and it'll be 3rd and 18. Had him open that time, Mark, but just a little too tall. Checking the scoreboard for you. The main game of interest for us is North Callaway Mark Twain, and North Callaway stretched it out to 24-8 in the 3rd quarter. Back here, it's 3rd and 18. Ball on the 7-yard line of the Indianhawks. Yates out of the spread formation. And he's going to run the quarterback draw up the middle. Not a whole lot going on there. He'll get out to the 10-yard line, and he was carrying that football like a loaf of bread, and that is always dangerous. But he'll make it out to the 10, give his punter a little room this time on 4th down.
Yeah, he kind of had that ball below his waist, and he got wrapped up above the elbow.
So let's see what happens on this punt. Malik McPike's back standing on the goal line, and Deontay Fleming standing at the Indianhawk 45-yard line, and it's a shank. Malik McPike looked like one of your drives. A big old snap hook. It goes out of bounds at the 16-yard line.
You're mistaken. That went farther than one of my drives.
Okay. Too much credit. So tremendous field position for the Bobcats after they drove it inside the 5-yard line and stalled. Now they get it back after holding the Indianhawks deep in their own end, and the punt that didn't go as expected. So they'll have it 1st and 10 from the Indianhawks 16-yard line with 2:15 to play in the 3rd. Out of the spread formation. Breakfield's going to pass it, throws it on the fade pattern, and it's falls incomplete. I thought he had it.
Yeah, it went right through the breadbasket, didn't it?
Is that
Deontay Fleming is incomplete?
Yeah, that's Fleming. I wasn't sure it was Fleming or Niemeyer, but it's Fleming.
In about a month, you get 3 points for something that goes through a cylinder that quick.
Exactly. And he was open and just couldn't corral it. So it'll be 2nd and 10 from the 16. Out of the spread, no running back in the backfield this time. And they'll bring Callahan in motion, and they'll hand it off to him on the jet sweep. He tries to get around left end, cuts it back inside at about the 12-yard line, gets inside the 10. Looks like they're going to mark him at about the 7. And that's good for a 1st down.
First down. 1st and goal for Bowling Green. Down to 1:55 to go in the 3rd.
1st and goal.
1st and goal.
Looks like they'll mark it at the 6. Dieter's in the backfield with Callahan. They'll bring Callahan in motion again.
Oh,
and
slipped down.
Breakfield, I'll check that. Dieter's had some space, and as you said, slipped down
short of the
inside the 5, though, down at about the 2, maybe 3. They're going to mark it at the 3, and Bowling Green's going to go quick. No huddle. Same formation. They'll run the same play. The Dieter's up the middle. He looks for some blocking, and he's tied up. They're going to try and move the pile. That won't work. And so he'll pick up maybe a yard to about the 3, and it'll be 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line. Under a minute to play here in the 3rd quarter. It's been a quick 3rd quarter. Actually, it's been a quick football game.
Yes, it has.
I may have just cursed so. Out of the open backfield. In motion. They fake the handoff. No, they give it to the – is that Big George?
It is.
Big George on the jet sweep. Cuts it inside. In for the touchdown. George Niemeyer with 43 ticks left in the 3rd quarter goes in from 3 yards out.
For the Bobcats.
And Bowling Green stretches their lead to 27-6. So it's also appropriate that if you score a touchdown, you get to kick the extra point. And so Niemeyer will try his luck this time. Breakfield will hold into the wind. It's a good snap. Kick is up. It's away, and it's good. So with 43 ticks to play in the third quarter, the Bowling Green Bobcats 28, the Indianhawks 6. You're listening to High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
The human body can run like a well-oiled machine, but just like machines, they occasionally need attention. A lot of times because of accidents, injuries, or even general wear and tear, the body breaks down. This is Keith Oakes, Director of the Physical Therapy Department at Pike County Memorial Hospital. That's where therapy services can get you back to normal, daily activities. Don't let pain keep you from enjoying life. Let PCMH's team focus on your recovery so you can focus on what matters to you. Pike County Memorial Hospital, community-owned, nationally known.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Craig's Truck and Tractor, Old Tops Pawn Shop, and Brown's Processing.
Well, a George Niemeyer 3-yard run on the jet sweep with 43 ticks to play in the third quarter. He also kicked the extra point, and Bowling Green stretches their lead to 22 points at 28-6. So the challenge gets larger for the Indianhawks.
And the cheerleaders having to do some jumping jacks tonight.
I don't know what the temperature is, but it has to have cooled off about 20 degrees from when I pulled in.
So the boys keeping them warm, scoring them points, so they have to do a jumping jack to count them off.
Yeah, when it gets to be like this or any colder than this, you don't want to be one of these guys on the side. You know, they used to have parkas for the guys on the sidelines. Not anymore. You're just standing there. Niemeyer boots it. It's going to hit and go. Oh, my goodness. Inside the goal, the 10 at the goal line, and now it's going to be picked up by Dorian Zumalt, and he's going to be tackled at about the 7. They've had some confusion in the backfield there on these kicks. That's about the third time that they kind of looked at each other, Eddie Bonstell and Dorian Zumalt, and pinned in their own end once again are the Indianhawks. George kicked a bullet, bounced about the 20-yard line, and Zumalt was unable to corral it, and it rolled all the way to the goal line, and he was able to pick it up and at least get it out to the 7 where Yates will have a little bit of breathing room.
I think Bonstell's been out for a couple of weeks, so maybe
has
he's
he?
yeah. Well, I think he's probably missed some practice time.
See. Yeah, okay. They're going to throw it deep right off of the get-go. McPike down the right sideline on the fly pattern. It's thrown a little too deep for him. And you kind of mentioned it. The long game for the Indianhawks has not clicked at all. They had one fairly long pass across the middle that Landon Struce caught for a big game. But other than that, they haven't had anything of any extended yardage connect in this football game.
There was a flag out there, too. Or no, there wasn't. Sorry.
Where is the American flag? Don't they have an American flag here to see where the wind's blowing?
Oh, yeah, it's back behind the scoreboard there, and it's flapping.
So Yates drops into his own end zone. He's under heavy pressure. He's going to scramble out of that trouble, pick up a couple yards to keep it from being a sack. Gets out maybe across the 10 to about the 11-yard line where it'll be 3rd and 7. As will they let the clock run out?
I think they will. They don't want to punt to start the fourth quarter.
I wouldn't think so, and they will let the time run out, and that'll do it for the third quarter. Your score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 28, the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks 6. The fourth quarter's next on Eagle 102.
October is Truck Month at Pogue Ford in Bowling Green. Right now, get $1,000 in rebates, plus 0% financing for qualifying applicants on all 2019 F-150s. Need something bigger? Get up to 15% off all 2019 Ford Super Duties. All you have to do is stop in and speak to one of Pogue's knowledgeable sales staff. At Pogue, they have awesome deals all year round. Plus, great customer service during and after the sale. Pogue Ford on Business Highway 61 in Bowling Green.
Bank from anywhere with Bank of Louisiana's new Freedom Checking account. No minimum balance, no monthly fees, and free access to all of our mobile and online banking services like mobile check deposit, text banking, and online bill pay. Bank on your own terms with Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana. Stop by either Bank of Louisiana location today for more details or to open an account. Bank of Louisiana, member FDIC, equal housing lender. Phone data rates may still apply. Check with your carrier for details. Freedom Checking from Bank of Louisiana.
Tonight's action is being brought to you by Liggins Flooring, Midwest Pest Professionals, and Eolia Landscaping Supply.
28-6 here as we start the fourth quarter. A couple of scores. Palmyra 14-8 in the fourth over Macon. Monroe City trails Clark County 36-0. Let's see if there's anything new with the North Shelby game. I think no update on that. So Clopton-Elsberry has it. 3rd and 7 deep in their own end. Yates drops back deep out of the spread, throws it on a slant pattern or out pattern to McPike.
Ooh.
And he's going to have first down yardage and gets spiked to the ground.
Pass to Malik McPike.
That was Mark's reaction.
Yeah, I think he wasn't just spiked. He was like Gronk spiked down, caught him in the air, and just boom.
But good for a first down out to the 20-yard line, so they keep their drive alive. They've got to have points out of this offensive possession to try and get back into this football game. We're in the fourth quarter, just underway. Jim Ross, Mark Froelich, glad to have you with us. Great night for high school football. Here comes the blitz from the Bobcats. They hand it off to the tailback. That
number 42, Clay
Evans.
Lazier with the stop.
Clay Lazier chopped him down.
Gain of a couple on the play brings up a second and
8. Gain of 2 for Evans.
22-yard line.
Yeah, I didn't realize Bonstell had been hurt because he did a lot of running for them last year, if I remember right.
Yeah, he was.
Walker,
I think,
of course, Walker graduated, but
I think he was a lot more involved offensively last season.
Yeah, I agree. Walker is in Central Methodist, I believe, this year.
I believe so.
On second down, 2nd and 8 out of the spread. Reimel is in the backfield. Evans comes in motion. They fake the handoff. Yates is going to keep it, tries to go around left in, and he's going to be stacked up, piled up, takes a big hit at the line of scrimmage. And
quarterback keeper by Yates.
Actually, he's going to lose 3 yards back to the original line of scrimmage, and it'll be 3rd and 10.
By 42, Clay Lazier.
North Callaway has scored again. They lead it now 30-8 over Mark Twain. A little bit of surprise, North Callaway. Their coaching story is kind of interesting. If we have time, I'll tell you about that. On 3rd down, 3rd and 10. Yates out of the spread formation. Reimel to his right. Twins to the right and to the left. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket, throws it across the middle, nearly picked off as the receiver and the defensive back came together at the football.
That was Yates. And he came back with kind of a stiff back.
But it falls incomplete. And it'll be 4th down. They'll have to punt it away, I would think. And we'll get to see maybe Mr. Excitement in this game, Deontay Fleming, do his thing again. Punting into the wind, I believe. Fleming at the 50. This time the punt's once again away from Fleming, so they're not going to let him do that again. It goes out of bounds out to 41, and I believe that's what Malik McPike was trying to do on the last possession, was kick it away from him, and he hit a hook. This time he hits a nice slice. It does go for positive yardage, but still good field position for the Bobcats as they'll start at the Indianhawk 41-yard line, and a score here will pretty much put this game away for the Bobcats.
10 minutes even left on the clock. Yeah, I'd say so.
A couple years ago, they put in a new scoreboard here. If you haven't been here, electronic board. Pretty cool. Brakefield has Smith in motion to the right. He'll drop back, scrambles out of trouble. Now he's going to just throw it out of bounds.
Oh, they're going to call him for intentional grounding, too, I think.
Well, the flag came from this side, which is odd.
Yeah.
Ineligible downfield is going to be the call.
So one of those linemen got too far out ahead, huh?
That's exactly right. I was like, why? Yeah, that's why. Because that's what that guy's supposed to be watching. Play goes away from you.
It's going to be an illegal man downfield for Bowling Green.
And so they'll mark that penalty off from the line of scrimmage. With 9:53 to play. in the football game.
Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer. Tonight's game on KJFM brought to you by Outlaw Lawn and Landscaping, Hinky Construction, and Meyer Implement.
And the Gremlins jump in and join us. Brakefield throws it deep. He's got Fleming. It's caught for the touchdown.
Wow.
44 yards. Brakefield to Fleming. And they do the chest bump with Brakefield, and Fleming knocks him to the ground.
Wow.
Holy smokes. Second touchdown for Fleming. He's had quite the night. This time from 44 yards from the quarterback, Nick Brakefield. Great pass, a great catch, and George Niemeyer in to try and convert the extra point. They wait for the plastic stand. They have a fancier name for that thing. Little black rubber thing. They get to put the ball down on high school. Snaps good. Ball's down. The kick is away. It's up. And it's good. George Niemeyer's extra point is good. So with 9:04 to play in the football game, the Bowling Green Bobcats 35, the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks 6. Listen to the high school game of the week on Eagle 102.
It's good to aim high, and sports can help children reach their goals. Join Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green and Farm Mutual Insurance in supporting local athletes. Be sure to catch all the action this sports season. Pike County Mutual Insurance salutes young local athletes and wishes them well. And they look forward to protecting these young adults with strong insurance coverage during what is sure to be a bright future. Pike County Mutual Insurance in Bowling Green.
Tonight's game is brought to you by Abel's Quick Shops, Bowling Green Chevrolet, and Family Drug.
What a pass, what a catch from Nick Brakefield to Deontay Fleming. 44 yards. And Fleming's had a big night. He's had total yards well over 100 with 2 punt returns and that touchdown. His second touchdown catch of the night. Niemeyer kicks a bullet, goes right between the deep backs through the end zone, and the Hawks will start their next possession from the 20.
For a touchback.
So recapping some softball, Ellsbury defeated Valley Park 9-8 in their district championship with a Class 2 District 3. Is that what that was?
Yeah, that sounds good.
And
I think that's right, going south.
Community R6 edges Silex 3-2 to end the Lady Owl season.
That was Class 2. Let's see who Ellsbury is going to play. We'll get that to you momentarily. Yates out of the shotgun once again, spread formation. Drops back, throws another home run ball intended for Evans.
50-50 ball.
Who's going to come up with it? And it looks like Evans is going to out-wrestle the D-back for the football out to the 50-yard line, and it's good for the first long completion of the game for the Indianhawks.
They fought for that ball for a good 10 yards.
They did. Actually, that was District 4, and they will play the District 3 winner, which is Hancock. Defeated Maplewood 11-0.
And Bowling Green will play tomorrow in their district title game against Monroe City.
Yates is going to take off and scramble, and he takes a big hit at the 43-yard line, but stays on his feet, picks up some more positive yards, and then is knocked out of bounds.
Yates with the keeper
at about the 43-yard line. Short of the first down.
He put a great reverse hit on. I mean, that's a hockey term, but he had a Bowling Green defender just flying at him and pancaked him back down.
They'll give him 9. It'll be 2nd and 1 from the 42-yard line. They've got to go in a hurry as they trail 35-6. Yates out of the shotgun. Drops back, is going to throw the middle screen. Caught and straight up the middle for the first down will be the receiver, and that was Lucas Martin.
Callahan finally brought him down, but not until after another first down for Clopton-Elsberry with 8:26 to go.
Good to see Lucas Martin back in the game as he got banged up in the first half. Trips to the right this time. Martin Lucas in the backfield. Yates looks across the middle, and it's caught by Evans. And again, for first down yardage down to the 25-yard line. So they've opened up the offense here in this series and moved straight down the field. This series started at the 20 after the touchback. And Indianhawks picking up yardage in chunks. Yates now drops back. Now he's going to scramble. Breaks it to the outside. Across the 20, down the 15, near the 10, and is knocked out of bounds. Good for the first down, and he stops the clock.
First and goal for the Indianhawks with 7:48 to play.
They'll mark it at about the 6-yard line, it looks like. So first and goal, as Mark said, with 7:48 to play in the game. Trips to the right once again. Yates with Martin in the backfield with him. He'll hand it off to Martin. Not much going on there. Great penetration by the front four of Bowling Green.
Lane Parker, I think, got in and got him.
And it'll be a loss of a couple yards back to about the 8-yard line, where it'll be second and goal from the 8. Next week, Bowling Green and Van Far, Clopton-Elsberry, Montgomery County, Louisiana, and Scotland, if they can cure their woes. On second down, Yates is going to 3-step drop, throws it across the middle. Ooh, almost picked off. Intended for Evans, but man, there were a lot of black jerseys around. It looked like the defensive back or the safety was going to pick that off.
Yeah, that was Michael Starks.
And it fell incomplete, and it'll be third and goal. Down to 7:06 to play in the game. 35-6, Bowling Green on top. On third down. Twins to the right, twins to the left. Lucas Martin again in the backfield with Yates. He'll take the snap. He's under heavy pressure, and he's going to be sacked. Sacked about outside the 10-yard line to about the 11. They'll give him forward progress. And it'll be fourth and goal from the 11-yard line as the clock runs with 6:45.
I think last year this was the Fog Bowl, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think you're right. Trips to the right. There was a Saturday, a Saturday afternoon game last year at Clopton, maybe, because they couldn't find officials as the pass is intended for Evans and falls incomplete. 2 years ago, I think, was the Fog game here, right?
Okay, yeah, that's it.
Yeah, because last year they had to play it on Saturday because they didn't have officials on Friday night. So the pass falls incomplete, and the Indianhawks will turn it over on downs to the Bobcats, and they will try and grind it and grind it and grind it.
6:24 to play.
I see your commissioner's bell down there now.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'd be proud of that.
Well, it ain't mine no more.
There you have it. Down to 6:24, 35-6. Smith in motion. They're going to pitch it the other way to Dieters, and he is drugged down from behind.
Martin. That's the second time Martin has stretched out a Bowling Green jersey about 5 feet.
Yeah, and that was up in the horse collar territory, but I guess they determined he didn't get him by the pads. In order to horse collar, you got to get the pads.
Yeah, I think it was actually about the numbers that he grabbed him. And
Bowling Green.
He pulled downward, which made it look like a horse collar. But there's a timeout on the field. We'll take 1-2 with 6:01 to go in the fourth. 35-6. Bowling Green leads Clopton-Elsberry on Eagle 102.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. So easy, anyone can use them. Once you try it, you'll just have to buy it. Stop by Bowling Green Tractor to see how easy yard work can be. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Area high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by Bowling Green Insurance and Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice.
35-6 our score. Clopton calls timeout to stop the clock in hopes of getting the ball back. with 6:01 to play in this football game. And Mark, is an incredibly competitive football game for, well, the better part of the first half, and then it's been all Bowling Green in the second half.
Yeah. As soon as that defensive touchdown by Kyle Martin got wiped off the board, that was pretty much all she wrote.
You said it when it happened, the huge turning point, and it's held to be the case. And Bowling Green gets it out across now.
Gavin Dieters with the run.
On another Dieters run.
Flag on the
and there's a flag on the play.
Looks like it's in the area of holding when he went around the edge. Flag sits just outside the 15-yard line.
Had a couple of those tonight, holding penalties. And that is exactly right. So they'll mark it off.
Half the distance, I guess.
Yeah, let's see. Yeah, at the 15, 16, and in high school, do they do it from the spot of the foul, or do they do it from the line of scrimmage?
I think it's from the spot. Yeah, they'll take it all the way down to the.
Yep, that would appear to be the case, from the 16 back to about the 8.
To the goal.
And it'll be second now and about 13, maybe 14 for the Cats. Got two running backs in the backfield. Does Brakefield. He'll hand it off to Dieters. He'll head around right tackle, spins it towards the center of the field. He'll be short of the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at about the 9.
Good solo tackle by Zach Evans on that play for Clopton-Elsberry.
Minimal gain on the run.
Gain of 1.
Brings up
third and 12
for Bowling Green.
For Bowling Green. Clock continues to run with 5:20 to play in the game. That holding penalty. We've had some penalties of significance in this game. The roughing the passer. We had the helmet-to-helmet on a play, and then that play, not that the game's really still in doubt, but that first down would have certainly put the nail in the coffin. But they'll go on third down, will the Bobcats. They'll give it to Dieters. He'll break it to the outside, cuts it to the inside, spins, gets out across the 20. Good run by Gavin Dieters, and he's going to have a first down. They're going to say it was Bowen.
Yep.
First down.
A name that we were saying a lot earlier in the season. Didn't say it tonight, Charlie Bowen.
Yeah, 33 and 32, Bowen and Dieters. Their numbers are almost nearly impossible to tell apart.
Charlie was our primetime player at Mark Twain for Bowling Green.
And a first down for Charlie and the Bobcats at the 23-yard line. Brakefield with both Bowen and Dieters in the backfield. Now he's going to run the play clock down, and he'll hand it to Bowen once again, straight up the gut. Good positive yardage for Charlie.
And that's something he can do. He can put down his head and just square those shoulder pads, get you 5 or 6.
Good for a gain of
about 5. It'll be second and 5.
Second and 5
down to 3:54 in the game. And my guess is the instructions are to run this play clock down to under 5 before you snap the football.
Uh-huh.
And they were able to accomplish that on the last play. They've been a little antsy up to this point. And now they're going to accomplish it this time as the play clock is at 5. Brakefield takes the snap, fakes the handoff, and he'll keep it. He'll break it around the end, slides down.
Inbounds.
Smart football play there before he went out of bounds. Actually had some running room, additional running room, but picked up the first down and slid down to keep the clock running at the 36-yard line.
Well, they're just a couple of plays from being able to kneel down.
That's some football
First and 10.
Intelligence that you can't necessarily teach. That shows that Nick Brakefield understands the football game. But now
Bowling Green takes timeout.
Call timeout.
Got to talk to Coach K about his football IQ, huh?
Who'd have thunk it? 2:49 to play in the game. 35-6. Let's take one more break. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Hi, this is Kelsey Henderson, RN Case Manager for Pike County Home Health. Pike County Home Health offers a variety of services from skilled nursing to rehabilitation therapies. Our care is focused on helping you recover from an acute illness, surgery, accident, or change in medical condition. We strive to help you recover in an environment where you feel most comfortable. If you have any questions or home health needs, please contact us at 573-324-2111 or visit our website at pikecountyhealth.org.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102 is brought to you by Bowling Green Pharmacy, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Ingram Plumbing.
Down to 2:59 to play. I had to take off the headphones for a second. It's hot in here.
Hot? You were freezing a while ago.
I know. I step back. My ears get hot.
You going through your midlife crisis? You have hot flashes or what? I thought only April had those things.
Hey, settle down, settle down.
I'll hear about that, I'm sure. So, on a first down after the good run by Brakefield and the timeout, they'll hand it off to the running back. I'll have to check and see, is that Bowen or is that Dieters?
I believe that's Bowen again. And again, he stayed in bounds. Yeah,
you are right. Gain of about 8 on the carry.
Gain of 7 on the play.
It'll be second and 2.
Down to 2:40.
The Bobcats are going to raise their record to 3-5 on the season, while the Indianhawks will drop to 2-6.
And I tell you what, they have just dominated this series.
They have. This will be the 9th win in 11 tries for the Bobcats. New running back in the backfield, Marcus Starks that time. And I think we may even have a new quarterback. It looks like Brandon Gam. Nope, it's Cooper Keel is in, number 16.
Third
at quarterback, getting some time for the varsity squad.
2 minutes to go.
It's always fun for Cooper is a sophomore, so he probably has a little JV action coming up on Monday, if I was guessing. They may have a freshman quarterback as well, though. He'll take the snap with 8 seconds to go on the play clock. Hands it off to the tailback.
Malik McPike on the tackle there.
Starks on the carry once again. He'll lose a yard or two back to the 41-yard line.
Take your banners as you're leaving tonight. Seniors,
4th and 4 for the Cats. Are they going to punt it away? It looks like they are. I see Deontay Fleming joining the offense.
4th and 4 for the Bobcats.
With under a minute to play, play clock at 15. They'll let it run.
This is a good 4-quarter win for Bowling Green, though. They needed something like this.
They're going to let it run and then call a timeout, it looks like. No, they're just going to let it run and take the penalty.
Flag on the play. Bobcats going to take the delay.
So they'll mark it off 5 yards back to the 36-yard line.
Fleming didn't want to punt it through the end zone.
Well, he's got a tailwind behind him.
Yeah.
You never know. He might boom one here. Let's see if he punts it through the end zone. That'd be a 62-yard punt. Probably not. But he's going to get a chance with 47 ticks left in this football game. Glad you're able to join us tonight. Stick around. We'll have a post-game show for you. Recap the scoring here. Find a couple scores for you, hopefully. End-over-end kick by Fleming. Hits on the end and takes a big Bowling Green bounce. Hey, you remember what I said? If he'd have let it roll, it
would have gone into the
it
end
would have
zone.
got to the end zone, and it was picked up at the 8-yard line. So instead of a 62-yarder, it's just 54 yards.
Touche.
Mercy, yeah.
Deontay.
Go talk to that guy. Say, man, it's going in our direction. You don't down it when it's going our direction. Let it roll. So the Indianhawks will have it with 36 seconds to play in the game. And let's see if they're going to run a play or if they're just going to kneel on it. I'm guessing they're going to run a play, but you know what? Not a football left to play next week. I don't want anybody getting hurt.
No.
And let's see. They're coming out in the spread as if they're going to run a play. And I don't think is that Yates? No, that's not Yates at quarterback. Slant pattern. Oh, yeah, it was Yates. Yates throws it. It's off the fingertips of Martin, I believe. Fell incomplete. It'll be second down. with 31 seconds. Yeah, I'm a little surprised at this. I don't want anybody to get banged up. This game's over with. So what? I mean, if you throw a 92-yard touchdown pass, that's just a stat builder. It doesn't have any bearing on this game. I'm just going to kneel on it and let this baby in if I'm coaching. But there's a reason I'm up here with you, because I don't know anything about coaching. Yates is going to throw it again. And the slant pattern again, that time intended for Evans, falls incomplete. And he's knocked to the turf after the pass.
25 seconds left.
So it'll be 3rd and 10 for the Indianhawks.
You know what I like about, there was a lot going on and a lot of special things happening tonight. So there was a lot of different people at the ball game tonight in the Bowling Green stands, and a lot of them have stayed. This is one of the better crowds they've had here in the last few seasons.
Yeah, I agree. They had a really nice crowd. But like you said, a lot of cool stuff going on tonight with senior night, veterans night, alumni night, honoring all those folks. And it's picked off.
Fleming.
Picked off. He spins and gets inside the 10.
That pretty much seals it.
We'll have a kneel down and
first turnover of the game for Clopton-Elsberry. Yeah, that would have been a nightmare if he ran that back for a touchdown.
Yeah.
I guess another reason why maybe you kneel on it. But let the kids play, right? That's what they're here for. It's high school football. But it didn't work out tonight for the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks.
But we'll recap Deontay's night, but in the post game. But he has done just about everything for the Bowling Green Bobcats in this ball game, and a lot of fives as he goes back to the sideline.
If we see him cooking the post game meal, we really got a story. He really does do everything. So the Bobcats, are they in their version of the victory formation?
Yes, they are.
They take the snap and kneel it down, and that's going to do it for the football game. Your final score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 35, the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks 6. The post-game show's next on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 post-game show is coming up, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, this is Tyler from Mid-America Auto and Towing. We have a constant rotation of new inventory, including cars, trucks, and SUVs. If we don't have what you're looking for, then we'll find it. Mid-America Auto and Towing is located off Highway 54 across from KJFM. We offer a minimum of 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty, state inspections, diagnostics, engine and brake repair, and preventative maintenance. Mid-America Auto and Towing just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green is a one-stop shop. For 24-hour towing and roadside assistance, call 324-9919. Like us on Facebook or check out our website at midamericaautoandtowing.com.
Are you still looking for a bank that knows you by name, offers convenient hours and hometown service? Look no farther than Community State Bank of Missouri. Hello, this is Mark Gooden. Our pleasant staff is here to welcome you and service all of your banking needs. Stop by our office in Bowling Green or Troy and experience the banking difference. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 post-game show on KJFM, sponsored by Abel's Quick Shops.
Welcome back to Bowling Green High School. One of the battles of Pike County is in the books, and it's the Bowling Green Bobcats as they stretch their series lead to 9-2 over the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks, winning this one tonight 35-6. And Mark, it's basically was the Deontay Fleming show tonight.
From start to finish, I mean, he had two early punt returns that puts the Bobcats inside the 10-yard line. They score both times. The second one was a little fade route to the corner, and he jumped up and got it over two defenders. And Bowling Green never looked back. There was one big play for Clopton-Elsberry. They were down 15-6 at the time. They get a pick six, but it's wiped off the board on a roughing the passer call. Bowling Green, that was like with 1:11 to go in the second quarter. Bowling Green still able to go down despite a big penalty on Fleming. If you want to point fingers, they were still able to go down and score with 7 seconds to go in the half and really put this game out of reach.
Right, and that was with the score 15, Bowling Green up 15-6, and you mentioned it during the broadcast. I mean, let's just say there's 7 points. That's a 14-point swing.
Yeah.
If you're just scoring a touchdown, the extra point, that's big. I mean, when you go to the locker room down 21-6 versus being down 15-14 or 15-13, whatever it would have ended up, that's a huge momentum change. And basically, it turned this into what it ended up being, something of a blowout from a very close competitive football game.
And I don't think that Clopton-Elsberry is too far away. They did some good things tonight.
Yes.
Just game of inches, and they're missing those big plays by an inch right now.
Well, my analogy would be three-point shooting in basketball. If you live by the three, sometimes you die by the three. The same thing with the long ball in football. If you hit, you're going to win. You're going to score a bunch of points.
And it's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, Van Far, they did it at Van Far 41-0, just bang, bang, bang. When it doesn't hit, it's 35-6 the other way.
You get 13 points over 2 weeks.
Yeah, and so they, they're young and growing. And I do think they have, I think they counted 6 seniors this year is what Clopton-Elsberry has, but and they're going to lose a quarterback, like a good quarterback, and a couple other skilled players as well. But they're growing, but this sets them back. They dropped to 2-6. Bowling Green goes to 3-5. Bowling Green travels to Van Far next week, where Clopton-Elsberry gets Montgomery City.
It doesn't get any easier, does it?
No. And Montgomery City going into tonight was tied for the league lead at 5-2. And so anytime you go to Montgomery County, it's a tough chore.
I'm going there in the morning.
Yes, you are. Big softball game.
Yeah, Class 2 District 5 championship as Bowling Green, the two-time defending state champion, will take on Monroe City, the 2 seed.
I'll have you tuned in at work. How about that?
At 11 a.m.
Can I do the color from long distance? Is there a way to do that?
I think there'll be a little bit of a delay on the video, but if you have some input, just send me a text or two.
It was kind of funny. Speaking of delay, I'm getting off the football subject real quick, but the bridge explosion today, MoDOT had their site going, and I had Quincy radio or TV station going too. And where I work, you could hear it.
Yeah.
Boom, I hear this sound, and then MoDOT thing, it goes down. KHQA thing was still there. The bridge was still there.
Oh.
So I guess they were running it all the way through the station and then back into the video world on their website. So I heard it, didn't really see the initial one, and I got to say, oh, man, that's going to be cool.
Oh, you should see some of the pictures that April took.
Oh, I did.
Oh, they are fantastic.
There are a ton of really cool pictures, and I'm assuming April will put those on social media. In fact, I guess they already are, I think, because I saw a few of them. So, yeah, get on is it on the radio station website?
Yeah, KJFM, Eagle102.net.
Get on there if you want to see that. Tons of videos. I mean, there are a bunch of people there. So if you missed that today, there's plenty of opportunities. Let's take a break in the Abel's Quick Shots post-game show. We'll be back with some scores for you from around the area, and we'll set up what's going to take place next week as well. You're listening to the High School Game of the Week on Eagle 102.
Or in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new
or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted. With both, you save 10 cents per gallon, up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
If you are in the market for a car, whether you're looking for a new or used vehicle, make sure you visit Bowling Green Chevrolet. Their selection will surprise you with prices that can't be beat. Bowling Green Chevrolet is just off Highway 61 at the South Bowling Green exit. Once you get there, you'll see why Bowling Green Chevrolet is the #1 dealership in the area. Check it out for yourself. Bowling Green Chevrolet, where you'll always feel at home.
Here's one question that has no wrong answer. Are you going to choose the new Shell and Fuel Rewards card to be used at Shell stations, or the Shell and Fuel Rewards MasterCard that can be used everywhere MasterCard is accepted? With both, you save 10 cents per gallon up to 20 gallons every time you fill up. And you also earn 10% rebates on your first $1,200 in non-fuel purchases per year at Shell stations. See? You can't go wrong with either. Visit www.shell.us/getrewards and apply today. At participating Shell stations only. Terms and conditions apply.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
Well, let's tell you about some scores from around the area. Most of these are finals. Notre Dame of Quincy over Marquette Catholic 48-14. South Shelby beat Brookfield 28-20. North Callaway 46-8 over Mark Twain. Clark County defeats Monroe City in a big Clarence County Conference game 42-0. That's a little bit of a shock to me, anyway. At least the score differential. Palmyra comes back and defeats Macon 22-8. Hannibal over Marshall 56-8. Centralia over West Hancock 62-20. Montgomery County in the third quarter. I'm thinking this is a little bit behind, but Montgomery County led Van Far 28-26.
Wow, that's a ball game though.
In true 8-man, which is video football, basically 66-46. North Shelby over Patton.
I've got an update on that.
Oh,
one.
do you?
Yeah,
a newer one?
72-46.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, with 11:16 to go in the fourth.
Holy smokes! Rock Island is leading Quincy. That's at the half. That's an old score, but it was 14-7. You got any other ones?
Camp Point Central leading Calhoun 48-14, or they defeated Calhoun 48-14, and
a lot of offense around tonight, isn't there? Holy moly!
Yeah, I don't see many other scores leaking through so far.
Here, the final score was 35-6. Final thoughts?
Well, I think all that's left to do is it's going to be an obvious Eagle 102 primetime player for tonight. Deontay Fleming, just every facet of the game. Punt returns, punting, catching touchdown passes, laying out hits. I mean, he was everywhere.
And then just for good measure, an interception to end the game.
Right, right. Just for good measure.
Just for good measure. So Deontay Fleming, the prime-time player of the game for tonight's game. Next week, Bowling Green travels to Van Far. Clopton-Elsberry hosts Montgomery County. And Louisiana will travel to Scotland. We will be where? Do we know yet?
I'm not sure. Where we're at with softball and all that.
Well, that's true. Yeah, we've got softball going on. If teams continue to advance, like we've said, Ellsbury's advanced. Silex did get beat 3-2 by Community.
Yep.
Ellsbury will face Hancock, and the location of those games hasn't been determined yet. And then, of course, the big game tomorrow. Tune in to Mark in April and whoever else he can bring along at 10:45 tomorrow for the pregame, 11 o'clock first pitch as the Bowling Green Lady Cats take on the Monroe City Panthers, which should be a doozy football game.
I think I may have to grease up to get in this old Bobcat jersey I bought.
I tell you what, if we're doing football next week somewhere, you have to wear that.
I have to wear it?
Required. Grease up and put it on.
All right. I may have to get some little, punter shoulder pads.
If you grease up and put it on, I'm telling you, we're turning that camera around. We're showing everybody.
So I'm going to have to do sit-ups all week.
Whatever it takes.
Yeah, it's going to take more than a week's worth of sit-ups.
That's going to do it for us here tonight. My name is Jim Ross. Mark Fronix alongside. Glad to have you with us. Our final score, the Bowling Green Bobcats 35, the Clopton-Elsberry Indianhawks 6. That'll do it for tonight. So long till next week.
You've been listening to the Eagle 102 Area High School Football